So, welcome to session 38. Previously, you had been contacted by Jared after saving him when he was investigating the Grey Cult. You agreed to tail Tyronda and figure out where she goes at night and what her connection is to the Grey Cult. And you agreed to tail her tonight and tomorrow night from the um, Golden Dice. You investigated Kensing Carpentry, stealing a wagon and searching its contents for drugs. You found evidence linking the operation back to XG and HV. You also learned the likely identity of at least one of those patrons. You were able to find the Blue Sand production and clues possibly linking the operation to Hamilla. During the process of investigating Kensing Carpentry, Galen, Devok, and Iyer were arrested but later released. We were able to infiltrate and listen in on the meeting at the Blackstone Blade, where you learned of the Walpurgin at the Metal Forgers Guild, which is happening in a few days. You have attended the Valenstar celebration of Gadrak, where you met a number of nobles, Elru and Takra Razgar. After almost 4 hours at the event, you met with Lord Valenstar himself. During the event, you learn several things, such as the abandoned tunnels beneath the Sadaga district, which have some connection with the cult. As we begin, it is the evening of Celium the 13th. So you should be able to see the map. And I will go ahead and take you to the Mavin map. So what do you do?
Well, I guess first we've got to consider some things. I mean, we know we've got to follow Tyronda. We've also got those tunnels to inspect. Um, which of those do we think has the higher urgency?
Well, we're supposed to follow Tyronda tonight. Is there anything we
We,
need to prep before tonight following her? Otherwise, we have all day to investigate the tunnels.
I guess we could try and check out the tunnels first then.
We'll just have to. Well, I imagine we're just going to have to wander around until we can actually find the entrance. We might not actually be able to explore, but at least we'll know where to go later.
I guess that makes sense.
Okay. So, it is evening, so where are you going?
Well, if it's evening, then we don't actually have the daytime to do the tunnel thing.
Yeah, we better get to the golden dice before she gets there.
All right, I guess we can head that way. Devok, Iyer, any?
Um, no, I'm not so sure. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out what fourth level spells I want. I'm a little bit distracted.
Oh, did I need to level my character? Did I miss that?
Yeah, you gain 2 levels.
I don't know. I'll do it after the session.
Fair enough. All right, so what are you guys going to do?
Um,
Is there anything we need to prepare to track her?
Not that I'm aware
Oh,
of. I mean,
I know Mel's not here. Or sorry, I know that Oreo's not here. But can we ask to borrow her ring? I don't think she's attuned to it at the moment. One of us would have to attune to it. It might be
Sorry,
helpful.
which ring did you want to borrow?
That ring of tracking.
Um, if you
Could be
think she
useful.
would say yes, then I don't see why not.
Obviously, we'll give it back because I know she's not attuned to it at the moment.
although if it's not a tune, that's an hour before it'd even be useful for anything.
Yeah, that's why we got to do it now, quick, before we head off.
Yeah, I figure you'd probably have a couple hours before you were supposed to be at the Golden Dice, so you would have enough time to attune something if you did it right away.
anybody have an open attunement slot? This is just a temporary
Oh,
thing we
I
can bring
don't.
back later.
Sorry, an open what?
Attunement.
Attunement.
I don't.
Attunement? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'm attuned to anything.
Well, in that case, you could attune to this ring real quick, and that way we could use it as a one possible way to track her if we need to.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, so you spend an hour attuning to the ring. Are you doing anything else?
Um,
If not, we can just move forward and you just tell me what you're going to do next.
no, I'm not doing anything else.
I do have one question. Are we going to be treating it as an Oreo being sick or that she went off doing something else?
Um, I think Oreo, being as secretive as she is, she's probably off doing her own business.
Alrighty.
And she didn't bother to tell you what that was. And then she'll have to figure out what it was when she comes back. But she still might not tell you.
All right. Well, yeah, I was only wondering for narrative purposes, so that works. All right. Well, I guess we can head to the Golden Dice.
Okay, so you spend an hour attuning, and then you make your way to the Golden Dice. And did not place your characters, apparently, so let me do that now. Players.
Now, if I remember correctly, the way that ring works is now that you're attuned to it, you can tell where that ring is no matter where it is. So now that you're attuned to it, you can take it off and hand it off to Pico, and he might be able to slip it into her pocket or something, and we have a tracking device.
Okay, that looks like everybody. So you arrive at the Golden Dice. Since it's dark, you can see that there's already a line of people to get in, and you see the all too familiar bouncer standing at the door. So what do you do?
Well, I guess we can walk right in, stop by the bouncer, and show my token.
Okay, you do so, and he lets you in. Let me go ahead and move you guys to the appropriate map here.
I set Char up on the roof on the outside, so he can watch around.
All right. And apparently I had some of you guys already on the map, but I didn't have Ire, so there you go, Ire. You should be able to see.
I'm here twice. No, I'm here. I'm here twice now.
Oh, there you go. All right, so you enter the Golden Dice, and you see Delore is actually here having a drink with his lady friend at the moment. He hasn't noticed you yet, but he's busy doing that.
I'm going to walk right up. I'm like, good evening. Don't worry, not here to cause trouble. You guys like a round of drinks?
He looks, I haven't seen you in a while. How did that thing with the ring go?
It went perfectly. We cannot say thank you enough.
Say that again? Sorry, Tyler.
It went perfectly. We cannot say thank you enough.
Oh, good, good. Yeah, sorry about all that trouble there.
No
I
problem.
don't always, as she's fond of telling me, I don't always think things through as much as I should, perhaps.
Well, like I said, everything turned out great, so there is no problems.
So what can I order for the two of you?
Well, she has her wine as usual, and ale is fine for me.
Consider it done. I turn around and for the long journey to the bar that's right here.
All right, the barkeeper waves. Oh, yeah, I see you guys every once in a while coming in. You going to become regular patrons?
Perhaps. This depends on how things go. It is hard to stay away from this place. Um,
It seems like it. And as you're talking to him, you can hear music coming, filtering through the loud voices from the back room. And he says, "Well, we got a new group of performers tonight. The crowd seems to like them. They all play lutes and they sing in kind of weird harmonies. But yeah, it's going well. What can I get you?"
could I get another ale for my friend Delore and a wine for his lovely companion?
Oh, sure. So the wine she likes to drink is a little on the expensive side, so it'll be 10 silvers.
And silvers, okay. And what about Delore's drink?
That that covers both drinks.
Oh, okay. Let's see. 10 silvers. So we'll knock that down to 95. All right. Thank you. And may order some other drinks here for the group. But first, take these and set them down for Delore and I forget his girlfriend's name.
Oh, thank you. We definitely appreciate it. Um, and so you set down the drinks. And what are you doing?
Um, gonna turn to everybody else and like, you guys want drinks?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll have a lager.
Ire, you want your usual?
Please.
All right. Go ahead and order 4 more ales.
Sure.
I thought I
So
was gonna
that'll
get
be
empty mug.
eight silver.
All right. Let's see. Um, 8.
Fuel for my weary bones.
Mhm.
And what strong bones they are.
Mm-hmm.
All
Can
right.
that thing even drink? No offense.
I
Um,
do take offense, actually.
let's just say that he can enjoy a drink to his satisfaction.
Sure, it's your money. Just curious.
So I collect up the mugs of ale, hand one starting with Ire and hand to Devok and Ragu.
Okay. It's reasonable quality. I mean, it's certainly not the best ale you've ever had, but it's far from the worst. It's clear that people come here not for the necessarily the quality of the ale, but the other stuff as well.
Alrighty. So and the music was off to the left side, was it?
Yeah,
All
over this
right.
direction.
Mhm. So did we want to go check out the musical performance or just wander around and take in the sights?
Mm,
Sounds
hold
sounds
on.
good.
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, I said sounds good to me.
All right. Um, I guess we'll go check out the music. So, well, we're gonna go step and check out the music performance. Hope the two of you have a lovely night.
All right, see you around, and good luck. All right,
All right.
as you approach, you can see that there are several performers on the stage. Like they said, each one has a lute. They're fairly well dressed, and they seem to be singing in harmony. In meta terms, they would sound a lot like a boy band. A boy band.
Well, depending, some of them can very well be bland. So, boy, bland might work.
And then you see several benches around the room and patrons sitting there listening with the occasional clapping. Um, but they seem to be enjoying themselves, and they all seem to have drinks in their hands. So what do you do?
Um, well, I guess we're probably going to want to make sure we can kind of keep an eye on the comings and goings. I forget, did we actually get a description for Tyronda?
You did. You would actually recognize her if you saw her. In fact, I'll make sure her nameplate shows up. but she is a well-to-do looking, fairly pretty looking woman. Um, but probably you were told that she is probably has her head covered and is probably wearing some sort of cloak or something in order to disguise herself. But you're fairly confident that if you see her, you'll know it.
All right.
Pico, we are not really having our sneaky little friend. Do you think you
Say
can
that
get
again.
us ring onto Pico? We are not having our sneaky little friend here with us today. Do you think you can get that ring onto a person without them noticing?
Um, I'm not especially confident of that. I might be able to do a serviceable job, but I would definitely need some help on that. You know, any sort of appropriate distraction would help. Though, actually, I might have an idea about that. Let me think on that a bit.
Alrighty. We might want to spread out and cover more rooms. We do not know where she's going to go when she comes in here.
Let's see. In fact, actually, wasn't the right side of the east side usually a little more quiet?
It's definitely more quiet, yeah, because you're there's still tables and people eating and drinking, but there's no performance there.
Um, Although actually, maybe the performance would be a little better an option. Actually, maybe I should just step outside for 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'll be back shortly.
Do you want me to come out with you and take Becky?
You can if you want. I guess you can kind of keep an eye out. As we, well, actually, I guess you don't have to be. Yeah, wasn't there this area was all nice and quiet?
What?
Well, there's definitely this is the front. It's just darker because we're on the indoor map. But you do remember that there was an alley to the south. Um,
Yeah,
okay.
specifically, I was wondering about this one over
Yeah.
here. I'm just gonna peek in here, just make sure I don't see anybody.
Nope. No one's there at the moment.
All right, I'm gonna spend about 10 minutes creating an unseen servant.
Okay. So while you're doing that, that takes 10 minutes. So Ire and Avak, what are you doing?
Um, good question.
Enjoying the music.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry about you.
So are you just like sitting on the bench listening to music? Are you talking to anybody? Walking around?
Um, you know what? I want to see how Dolores doing.
Okay, so you go over and sit down next to Delore, and Delore kind of looks over to you and he says, you guys finished your business already?
No, I'm just socializing as you do.
As you do, indeed.
Hmm.
How does that work for you? I don't. I'm sorry. Automata are confusing to me. And all of a sudden, he gets slapped on the side of his head. You know. Okay. Okay. Um, so yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty average. It's a pretty average day.
Average day. So what brings you to the Golden Dice?
Um, you know, I like to, I like to see the sights. People watch.
Oh, that's good. Um,
Yeah.
and do you?
Have a drink.
Yeah. So
You know.
is it the fumes? Is that how it works?
Yeah, actually, it is. It's you see, alcohol actually has a low boiling point, and so it evaporates very quickly into the air. And then I put my face over the mug, and it actually absorbs through my face, through the screen. Like it just goes in, and
Oh,
and that's how I can drink. Yeah.
oh, that's fascinating. I
Hmm.
just had no idea it worked that way.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to. It's understandable. It's
So,
you
what
know
does a
it's
low boiling point mean?
well, it turns to vapor very easily.
Oh, so alcohol gives off vapors?
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's science, right?
Oh, wow, you must be very advanced.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Way
Pretty
beyond,
advanced.
yeah,
A-
anything.
And are you learning his science, Devok?
Of course I am.
Oh, wow.
His science is very advanced. I've
Hmm.
never seen anything like it before.
I guess
He's my
it's. Oh, go ahead.
he's kind of like my protege.
I think
He's
that's a accurate statement.
Oh, so you're like a teacher then?
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually I can teach pretty much anything. Yeah, anything.
Really?
Maybe he can teach it.
Well, I've been, I was a guard for a while, but my swordsmanship wasn't all that great. Maybe you can give me some pointers.
Absolutely, yeah. Just come by, come find me. Anytime I'm not busy. I'd be glad to give you some pointers.
How about right now?
Well, no,
Well, it's
I'm.
late.
We're kind of relaxing, having a
Yeah.
night out. I don't wanna. I don't bring my sword with me.
Okay. Fair, I guess.
Hmm.
All right, so you guys, I'm assuming you're going to continue to chat with Delore for a while. Or you're going to do something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. No, just chatting with him.
Okay, so you chat with Delore for the next 10 minutes. So we go back. Pico, your spell is finished.
All right. Well, Ragu and I are going to go ahead and go back inside, and I'm just going to go ahead and have the unseen servant basically stay right between the two of us.
Okay, and being unseen, I'm assuming it's invisible to everybody but you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Go in, making sure that Ragu is accompanying me.
As you enter, you notice that Delore and Devok and Ire seem to be chatting, and you overhear something about sword lessons as you enter. So what do you do?
Sword lessons, huh?
Oh, Delore looks over. Oh, yeah. Apparently, Ire can teach anything. He has this thing called science, and he's talking about weird, things like boiling points and vapors. And apparently, he can teach swordplay as well. And I wanted to hone my skills.
Well, I have to admit, he is a skilled combatant. He has definitely done a lot to help us get through more than a few scrapes during some of the Lumev expeditions.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'll take him up on that when the opportunity strikes. I'll pay him, of course.
All right. Well, when you give up on your adventuring career, Ire, it looks like you've got your whole new line of work.
Professor.
Well, Devok says he can teach anything, so he really should work at the university.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Sounds like an excellent job.
Okay, so what do you do?
Let's see. Let's go check out the east side of the.
Okay. As you do so,
Oh.
you see groups of people eating and drinking, and then you see a pretty woman by herself, but her head is covered with she has a cloak and her head is covered, but you can kind of see the side of her face. But you recognize her fairly quickly because she is distinctive.
Mm-hmm. All right. What has she got as far as possessions? Bags, pockets?
Um, she seems to have most of her kind of hidden behind her cloak, but you can see kind of a small money pouch or other kind of bag at her side, kind of attached to her waist, and she looks like she might have some pockets on the inside of her cloak.
Hmm.
She
Hmm.
does not appear to be armed, however.
Are you needing me to run interference?
I'm thinking that I might need. Well, actually, I'm a little bit curious. You said she's wearing a cloak, right?
Yeah, with a
All
hood.
right. Okay. Let's go sit at the table down in the corner.
Okay.
Okay. As you pass by, she kind of glances over real quick, and then glances back to her drink. But she
Mm-hmm.
does seem to be aware of your presence.
All right. Well, since she's specifically aware of us, I'm going to go ahead and have the unseen servant move around to the other side of her,
Okay.
and then just try to move her cloak ever so slightly.
All right. So let me look up unseen servant to see how it works with stealth and all that. Mentally command 15 feet. Simple tasks. Yeah, it doesn't really give much of an indication, but it is trying to be stealthy. So it is a spell. So I'll probably give them a stealth. Um, what would see? Probably. What's your proficiency bonus at this level?
3.
So I'll probably give them a proficiency bonus of 3, but because it's unseen and invisible, it would have advantage.
All right, so I guess I just roll a.
So that's a d20 plus 3.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and roll the 2d20s first. And those are pretty miserable of 8.
So your unseen servant starts lifting her cloak, and she glances over. She seems to, if anything, she seems slightly paranoid to you. And then she kind of pulls the cloak against her herself. Does the unseen servant resist?
No.
Okay. So yeah, the unseen servant's kind of standing there with its hand out, like it was just holding the cloak, not sure what to do next.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll just bring it close to me for the moment.
Okay.
And mentally to Ragu, this is going to be tricky. Um, I'm thinking I might not want to look like me.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Now
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay. I started saying something and then I realized I my audio wasn't working. Sorry.
Mm.
Okay.
I know, George, but she is so pretty. I'll ask her. Just give me a second. And I'm talking, trying to be very quiet, but at the same time still loud enough that I'm pretty sure she can just hear me.
O-
I'm,
Okay. As you're talking, then she glances over at you and then back at her drink, and she scoots further away slightly.
Oh, I'm pretending not to notice that. It's like, so what do you think, George? I think we can do this, eh? Wish me luck, and I might have a good night.
if you think you've got a shot,
Okay.
mentally to Ragu, I'm gonna say, I'm not sure what you're up to. Keep in mind, I can read lips.
Okay. And I start mouthing without actually saying out loud, making sure my back is towards her so that only Pico can see me. And I mouth the words, I'm going to cause a distraction. She'll be too busy dealing with me, and you can have your unseen servant slip the ring on her.
All right, that sounds
I,
viable.
well, if I am not coming back to the hotel tonight, you know it'll be good night. And I say that again quietly, but just loud enough that I know she probably heard me.
All right.
And I grab
Given
Pico's
what's hope,
mug. Oh, go ahead.
given what seems to be going to happen, I'm going to go ahead and pass off the ring to the unseen servant. And
I'm
given the
gonna grab.
tables, I'm going to have it go underneath the tables, and so it's real close by to her.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab Pico's mug, which I'm assuming he hasn't had a sip out of yet.
That's up to him.
I'm asking.
Uh, yeah, I haven't really had time for that.
I grab Pico's mug and I take my mug and I stand up and in kind of a show, but not trying to make a show of it. I take a big old breath in. Come over here. Good evening. How are you doing?
As you start walking over, before you even have a chance to sit down, she looks at you and she says, "It's not going to work. Please go away."
Oh, come on, my lady. You haven't even got to talk to me yet. How do you know it won't be working?
She looks you
And I
up and
place
down.
a mug in front of her and I take my mug and set it down next to her. I'm not standing or not sitting yet, but I'm standing over the bench and I'm still there. It's like, come on, how would you know?
She pushes your mug aside and says, "Please go back to your table." And then you can tell her voice is starting to get louder.
Yeah. And I sit down and say, but you're such a pretty lady. How can you not expect someone to want to be able to talk to you and get to know you a little better?
She starts standing up. Do you do anything?
I go ahead and stand up too, and it's like, all right. I mean, no offense, but
Well,
you
I'm gonna
give
go
a guy
talk to
a
the
chance.
manager and get some peace in this place. And then she starts to walk away.
Oh. I come back to this table with my head down, mouthing the words quietly. That did not go quite as expected, but you should have had a few seconds to get the ring on her.
While she's getting up and doing her thing, what's the unseen servant doing?
So far, that doesn't feel like the quite what I would call a adequate distraction. So I was kind of leery about.
She was very focused on me, and I did not have as much time I was hoping. No, but it was a few seconds if you could do anything.
Okay.
Um,
Well, in that case, she is. You could see her kind of heading out toward where the bartender is. So, what do you guys do? Actually, in the meantime, Devok and Ire, you notice a very pretty woman, but she, that has wearing a cloak and looks like she's trying to cover her body and most of her face. I don't believe you're with them, so you wouldn't actually know who she is. However, she does kind of strike you as a little odd for this place. She has an almost noble air about her, the way she moves, and so she definitely stands out. even though she's clearly trying not to.
Hmm.
And
Well,
oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna
Oh,
wrap. I wanted to wrap up my conversation with Delore and go check on Pico and where are they? Yeah, Pico and Red go over here. And
Okay, so you start
see if
heading that
we-
way, and Devok, you notice that Tyronda seems to be talking with the bartender in a very irate-sounding, uh, almost condescending voice, like she's been very irritated by something. And with the whispers, you hear something about some really tall guy who was accosting her.
hmm. I'm gonna follow Ire.
Hey, what are you guys up to? You need any expert help from the resident? Ah, I'm gone.
You're just, I think you're just right around another room you could easily get out of. Um,
What's going on? What's
guy,
the move?
well, trying to, well, okay. Mentally to Ire, I'm going to say we're trying, and then to Devok, I'm going to say we're trying to give her a gift, uh, a ring that Ragu borrowed,
Who's
but we're
her?
having, huh?
Who?
Taronda, the person we're trying to tail,
Yeah, but
but
which one is she? Who is it?
you probably met her on the way in. An angry lady talking to the barkeep, it sounds like.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're
And
having trouble. She did
Devok,
look a little wary or protected. Protective.
Yeah.
and Devok, you're probably realizing again just how tall Ragu is.
Well,
Hmm.
here's the thing. I'm a very distracting person. So,
That's true.
I can always go do some distracting. Do what I do best.
That's actually probably a really good idea. I should probably. Can you give me just a minute?
All right, but like on a scale of 1 to 10, how far
Uh, don't
uh
don't get arrested.
mm, hmm. Do they allow animals in the bar here?
They haven't specifically told you they don't, but you
Right.
would guess that they probably don't.
Oh shoot. Well, here's the thing. Since they haven't explicitly said it, that means I can get away with it the first time. So, because then they'll have a sign up that says no animals. But since there's no sign up yet, I can get away with it the first time because I can plead ignorance. All right, I'll be in the other room. Just give me a sign or something when you're ready.
Um, okay, I'm gonna mentally say to Ire, when you see a orange tabaxi.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, Ragu, I don't know if I don't know if you're still looking to score for tonight. I'm thinking about heading out for the night. If you want to stay, great. If you're planning on heading out, I guess we can go find something else to do for the night.
I suppose this place seems like it is no luck.
Mhm.
Okay. As you leave, you notice that Tyronda sitting at a different table with a new drink that she is nursing.
Mhm.
I'll go ahead
Um,
and
wait a
be
minute.
just obvious and no, go ahead.
Didn't you weren't you a really big fan of music? I mean, they talked about the performances. I mean, you could always stay for that at least.
Well, I suppose we can go
Yeah,
see how the music is.
yeah. Although I have to admit, I'm not feeling well, so I'm gonna head out for the night. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and head on out
Okay.
and head around the corner, whatever. On my way. As soon as I find somewhere quiet. Whoa.
You just switched maps. Okay, you got it.
Yeah. As soon as I find somewhere sufficiently quiet, I am going to disguise self as an orange tabaxi
Okay, you do so.
with some dark stripes.
So how does that spell work as far as someone detecting it's false and all that?
They say mainly that it doesn't hold up to physical inspection because if you change your shape and everything, like if you give yourself a hat, somebody tries to grab the hat off your head, their hand's going to pass right through. They'd have to spend their action to do an investigation check to see through it, and I'm actually planning on doing something very subtle here. Because really, in this case, I'm using it primarily as hair dye. Um,
Okay.
so my goal is physically, I'm still going to be me. I'm going to just, like I say, change the color of my fur. So if somebody touches me, it should all be normal because I'm still physically the same shape. And since I've got the, oh shoot, that cloak of many fashions, I'm going to go ahead and use that to make for a completely different style of cloak.
Okay. Fair enough. So what does your new cloak look like?
Um, let's see. I probably want to look relatively distinctive in this case. I mean, as if the orange wasn't already bright enough. Green. Oh, that clashes rather nicely with orange. So I'll,
Okay.
I'll go with an elaborate green cloak, which I'll uh, keep close and everything.
So in other words, you're trying to make yourself look like an eyesore, but trying to make it look like you're not doing it on purpose.
Pretty much.
Fair enough.
All right. So once I'm satisfied with that, I'll go ahead and make my way back to the golden dice.
Okay. And while he's doing that, Devok, Ire, what are you two doing?
I'm waiting. He said to wait for a orange tabaxi, so that's what I'm waiting for.
Okay. And Ragu, what are you doing?
I'm I'm gonna be over in the corner watching the show, but keeping an eye on everything in this room.
Okay, so there is a door there. It's people come and go, and it opens and closes fairly often. So it's not hard to see through, but you don't have a constant view.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Pico.
All right. So I go ahead and walk up to the bouncer and
He
show my.
he looks at you. I've never seen you before.
Yep.
I would know if I've ever seen you in my life. Um, are you sure you want to be wearing that?
All the rest of my clothes are in the laundry.
Okay, well, you can go in. I think.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, head on in.
And
I'm
as you
in.
enter, you notice that everybody stares at you as you come in. Even Tyronda stares for a moment before going back to her drink.
Well, on that note, I walk over and I ask, "Is this seat taken?"
Yes, it is. Please go away.
Shit.
What the hell is this establishment we have here? What kind of
Oh,
drinks
fuck.
can I order?
Oh well, you have your various ales, white.
I am no fan of ale.
Okay, sure. You can. We have a nice dwarven ale. It's pretty strong, but it'll cost you 4 silvers.
4 silvers for a drink I just said I do not like. No, thank you. What do you have on your wine list?
Well, he shows you a list of various white and red wines with various different names, most of which you don't recognize because, as far as I know, your character's not into wines. But you can tell quick enough what the quality level is likely to be based on the relative pricing.
That very fine, deep red wine. How much for a glass of that?
Looks like 8 silvers.
Excellent.
He pours it for you and then gives it to you in a fairly high quality glass.
All right, so I want to.
Many thanks, kind sir.
Of course. Go ahead, Ira.
I want to persuade Tyronda to let me sit in this chair. So
How are you going to do that?
I say to her, "Look, listen. I'm a robot for crying out loud. What am I gonna do? And you look like you could use someone to talk to anyway. You look like you've had a rough day."
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
She says, "The seat's taken. Please go away."
All right. Well,
What if I try?
I think she'd be less receptive to you, but well, as I walk by, he's walking by at the same time. I'm gonna squeeze between them and accidentally bump her chair.
As you bump her chair, you see her kind of stand up angrily, and she shouts, "What are you doing, you hunk of junk?" All right, I've had
No.
it. And then she
That's
starts
racist.
she starts walking up to the bartender. She passes you by, Pico. What do you do?
I'm gonna stand between her and Ire, and it's like, please do not be bothering. Fine
That
lady.
kind of racism is exactly the kind of thing that's dividing our people in these trying times.
Mentally, I tell him, shove me.
All right, I'm gonna as I'm yelling and screaming and hollering, I'm making big
I am
hand
not
gestures
racist, but you must understand.
and I'm gonna just not accidentally, but kind of give him a little slightly accidentally too hard of a shove as I'm expressing myself.
All right, and Pico, I'm assuming that you're allowing yourself to be shoved.
Yes, I mean, I'm working under the assumption that this is going to be happening by surprise.
Right.
And so I obviously asked for it. All right, so.
All right, so yeah, okay. In that case, you get shoved and you knock into Tyronda, and as that's happening,
Spilling my wine all over her.
okay.
Oh no!
Oh, you fool! Look what you have made me do! How can they?
So
Oh, this is an outrage. I am so
She's a
sorry.
racist anyway. She deserves it.
Please allow me to. I can clean this up. I can clean this up.
she's looking at you horrified, and she says, "Just go away." And she keeps trying to get up. What are you gonna do?
So, please, I am skilled in the fine arts. I can clean this for you. I'm going to go ahead and start using prestidigitation to try to clean this up. And at this point, I'm going to try to slip the ring on her. And mentally, Ire, help me get into more of an altercation with me.
All right. Well.
Well, first off, as far as the ring goes, go ahead and give me I guess a sleight of hand, but you have advantage because of everything that's going on.
I think I'm gonna go for a bit of a misdirection with this one, and I'm gonna step forward and yell, "Tempest, Tempest to me!" And through the door comes running my trusty steed, Tempest the warhorse.
Okay, and at this point in time, the bartender is shouting, "What is going on with you people?" And Pico, you keep trying to stick the ring in her, but she keeps moving, and she's holding the cloak tight. And stop touching me! What are you gonna do?
Uh,
Well, she doesn't care about the horse that just
Well,
charged.
she's currently occupied with Pico. The horse is busted in. The bartender is yelling, and everybody else is kind of gawking.
You're not going anywhere, you racist. You. What do you think you're doing, huh? And you too, cat.
uh, I'm gonna. This is an outrage. I am just trying to help this fine lady here, and I'm gonna try and tell her. Is she on the ground or
She's
standing
still on the
still?
ground. She's holding her cloak tight as you were trying to put the ring in her, and she keeps trying to get up. But with Ire on one side and you on the other, she's having trouble.
I'm gonna try and help her up, and then try to sleight a hand again.
Okay. She grudgingly takes your hand. Just get off the floor. So go ahead and make your roll. You still have advantage.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Not meant to be.
She takes your hand, but she's holding her cloak tight, and when she's standing, she attempts to push past you.
Uh,
So what do you do? Oh, and I should also mention that behind you, you can hear the heavy footsteps of the bouncer approaching,
Well, and a warhorse.
and a warhorse. Yeah, you're right about that. Sorry. You hear the bouncer approaching, you hear the warhorse, and you can see the bouncer trying to grab the warhorse to lead him out, and he's yelling, "Whoever owns this stupid animal, animals are not allowed here. Come get your animal."
would you care to take this outside, you mechanical construct?
You know what? I would. Let's go outside. Let's
We
go.
stomp towards the door as soon as I get within 30 feet mentally to Ragu, get Char in the air. I'm gonna need it.
Copy. I just nod.
And
I'm
I
gonna have
grab
Char
as we walk out. I grab Tempest's leads and lead him out. Come on,
Okay.
buddy.
And as you do so, the bouncer kind of follows you, and he says, "I'm afraid, Robot and you Orange Tabaxi, you are hereby banned."
Whoa! What? There was no animal sign in the bar. This is not fair.
Okay. If it were a squirrel or a small animal, but I can
Where's
maybe
the
understand.
sign? But there's no sign. Maybe if you had, maybe if there was a standing rule that said no animals or no horses or something like that, I would understand. But no, this is unprecedented, and I will not stand for it. And I will have you know that if you ban me from this establishment, I will not sleep until this place is in ruins.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, or actually, possibly intimidation. Which are you going for?
Either or. No, I'd rather persuade. I can go.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, but I'll say you have advantage simply because of the way you said that, and also because the guy is just really confused right now.
Oh my god.
But he crosses his arms and he says, "We will take it up with the guard if we need to. You are banned."
Well, I'll see to it that. Never mind. I'm leaving. And I just go
Good.
away.
How dare you call me racist?
And how dare you be orange?
Look who's talking! Have you not looked in a mirror?
Do I look orange to you? Am I orange? You're colorblind too.
And then you hear behind
you're
you,
orange.
"Keep walking."
You probably don't even know
Just
the
don't
color
keep
of your own fur. I can't even. Oh my god.
I would punch you right now if I could even figure out what that would do.
Reku, you notice that Pico and Ire have left. You can hear Tyronda irately talking to the bartender. So what are you going to do?
I'm actually just gonna listen. What specifically is she saying to the bartender?
Are you getting closer, or are you going to try to make a perception roll?
Okay. Well, talking irately, I assume it's loudly. I could hear her from over here a bit, or
No, she's not
let
yelling.
me.
She's talking irately, but she's not yelling. And with you got everybody else talking again, so from there
All
you
right.
would have to make a persuasion check with hearing. Or sorry,
All right.
perception check with hearing.
As I walk by this guy here, has he got an empty mug?
Yep.
I switch it over with my full one, take the empty mug, and walk up this way, making the perception check to hear. Hold on.
Okay.
This is going to be not good.
Okay,
That sucks.
that's actually good enough. Sorry, go ahead.
It's like, man, that sucks. That was such a good distraction too.
You basically hear her saying that she's going to leave early tonight, but that she'll try one more time tomorrow, and if she suffers such indignity then she'll take her business elsewhere, and she will make sure to let everyone she knows how horrible this place is.
I go ahead and walk right on up. I put my empty mug on the table and gesture the barkeep for one refill, and I kind of look over and just very quietly say, "Maybe it would have been nicer talking to me." And then I just go back to
She
waiting for
looks
my
at
refill.
you real quick, and if she had psychic powers through her eyeballs, you would be dead.
I'm sure I would be, but I'm still not wrong. I pay my 2 silver and take my beer and
Okay.
make a show of turning around to leave because apparently she's not worth my time. But I was right.
And as you leave, you see her heading toward the door.
All right. Can I message Pico? She's on her way.
With Char, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pico, Char lands on your shoulder and probably starts pointing toward the door.
All right. Shoot. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and head off to the alley here. As soon as things are quiet, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. What's a good form for this? Um, I guess I'm going to. Let's see the ring. How big is it? Dang it. Trying to think what would be a, good form for. Actually, maybe we should just have Char keep an eye out.
All right. So what are you doing as she walks down the street?
Oh, duh. That's. Wait, no. How did I want to do that? Um, basically, what I want to do is I want to turn into a spider, but I need to have the ring out of my out of my form first. I'd have to set the ring down, turn into a spider, and then grab the thing.
Fair enough.
Or
Are you going to be a big enough spider to carry a ring around?
yeah, that's kind of the
There are
trick
lots of
there.
spiders with like big bulbous
What?
abdomens that can
Yeah,
fit a.
I know there are spiders that could do it, but they tend to be a little bit on the bigger side. So I'm just wondering what kind of spider is going to be really.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit kind of because the problem is it's kind of a mutually exclusive type thing. The kind of spider, the bigger the spider, the better the carrying capacity, the
Oh,
harder it is
I
to
just
be sneaky.
Right.
I just thought
Exactly.
of something else. You know what's
Hmm.
just actually stronger, but it'd be smaller? It's a praying mantis. As a praying mantis, you actually have opposable little mandibles there that you can pick the ring up and stuff. And a praying mantis is smaller, but it's physically got a lot of strength to its size. You'd be a small praying mantis and still carry around something 4 times your size. They're closer to ants like that. Or no, everybody's just silent.
I'm just trying. Yeah, my concern is it's still a bit of a big bug, especially if I'm trying to claw him around inside somebody's clothing.
Okay.
Um, uh, well, actually, you said you had a coin purse, right?
I did, yes.
I do.
Uh,
Sorry.
and does there seem to be any sort of strength capable? Like, how hard does it seem like it'd be to overpower her?
She probably has, in D&D terms, she probably has a strength of 10 or 11.
Of course, mine's not particularly great in that respect either.
So yeah, if you want to do a grapple or something like that, it would be the normal, your athletics versus her strength, and she wouldn't have a bonus, but she wouldn't have a negative either.
Um, all right. Well, if she's just walking, we'll just have Char check. Um, actually, where is Char right now? Just right over there.
He just bugged you, so my guess is he's probably still on your shoulder.
Have Ragu meet us outside. And Devok.
Okay, Ragu, you get a message from Char, something about outside with Devok.
I look at Devok and gesture. Let's go.
Okay.
As you're passing by Ragu, actually and Devok, the bouncer kind of stops you real quick, and he says, "You two, you don't happen to have anything to do with that orange cat or that automata, do you?"
Who?
Orange cat. I know no orange cats. The only cats I know are black ones.
Okay.
Sorry, my friend. I wish I could help. And then I keep going.
All right. And what do you say, Devok?
I say who?
You know, the orange cat, the one that made the big ruckus in the automata and the animal and everything. Do you know those two?
No. I was too distracted by the music. I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right then. Well, see you next time.
Bye.
And make sure not to get involved with those crazy people.
I totally won't. Don't worry.
All right. So you headed outside. What are you guys doing?
All right. I'm gonna wait for Ragu and Devok to get close.
Okay.
I've got an idea. Don't you have some sort of web ability?
Yes, I have my whip.
All right. What if I cost or well, we'll have. In fact, actually, once the ladies walk up, I just try to be watching the lady go. I'm gonna go ahead and talk with Ire here as well.
All right. So Ire, are you approaching?
Yeah, I'll come over.
All right.
She walks faster as you as she notices you, and basically about to walk off the map. Go ahead.
Okay. Here's my idea. Ire, what if you follow her in order to, be angry about her racism? Meanwhile, I approach from the other end, being all threatening, basically all criminal-like. And if there's a conveniently located alley nearby, Ragu, what if you go ahead and set up some webs?
Okay.
So the idea being is that if we can scare her into the alley, she gets caught in the webs, make it act like we're trying to rob her and have to run off. I can dump the ring on her, and then we're good to go. Or we could just let Char do his thing.
We can start off with letting Char do her thing, and then use that as a last resort because we don't want to scare her off to the point of not performing tonight's business, whatever that's supposed to be.
Which is a good point. Well, in that case, I think I'll just drop this disguise.
Okay. You look like yourself once again.
All right, well, we'll probably want to stay in the general vicinity, so you'll want to keep pointing us in the direction of Char. We'll just make sure we stay out of sight, since it should be easy, since we'll at least know where Char is.
Yeah, and I can stay 90 to 100 feet back from Char easy, so we're around a corner or something, but I'll still know exactly where she is and where we need to go.
Mhm.
And Char's just quietly flying around, rooftop to rooftop above in the dark of night.
Okay. So you're following well behind, and Char's flying around and is following her. And she, as she moves along, you notice every once in a while she'll stop and look around, um, but she doesn't seem to notice the bird, and she starts walking basically in a southerly direction. So how far away are you guys going to be when you're following?
100, 200 feet. I mean, yeah, maybe 100 is
100 feet.
better given the buildings. Basically, since Char's keeping an eye out, we specifically want to be out of line of sight so that she can't see us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can be 100 feet away from Char, and Char can be 30, 40, 50 feet away from her and still have dead line of sight with being up in the air. So we can easily be 150 feet away and still hidden around tunnels.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so yeah, you guys follow behind, and she winds up taking kind of a circuitous route, where she'll head south, and then she'll head east, head around some buildings, and then head south again. But she continues to head in a more or less southerly direction, um, and she'll go away from the main thoroughfare, and then wind up going back, and so on. But she does seem to more or less be following the main thoroughfare to the south. And so you guys wind up following her fairly uneventfully until you wind up getting to the one of the common districts. Now, in this common district, which is actually the one directly to the north of the Sudaga ward, um, you notice that she seems to be heading south. And as she does so, the area seems to become more run down as you get closer to where the Sudaga ward is. And at some point, you see her um, basically go down an alley and into a building. And the building itself appears to be run down. It looks like it's probably a shop, but the sign is faded enough that you can't actually see the name. So let me go ahead and
Are
take you to
there
the map.
Okay? Are there holes in the roof or anything like that where Char could happen to kind of land on the roof and peek his head in, or a
No,
window
it's
he
it's
could
it's
land on the
it's run
windowsill?
down and abandoned, but it's not actually breaking down yet. All right, so I put you on the map because you're following behind. I'm gonna go ahead and put Char um, over here because basically that's the building, but it's around the front. So if you continue going south and then further west, and then the streets here look fairly empty. But you do see beggars in a couple of corners, and you do see like a beggar down the alley, kind of peek around. Although one thing that strikes you as slightly odd is that the beggar looks at you almost angrily or suspiciously rather than, well, begging. So what do you do?
Insight check.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure that beggar's not a beggar. He's a sentry.
So yeah, you're looking at the beggar, and he does not seem to be interested in money, but he like I said, he is definitely looking at you suspiciously.
Okay,
In
is
Um,
fact,
Devok here too?
let me go ahead
I only
and
see.
put him on the map. What'd you say?
Is Devok here too? I can't.
Um, he would be. Yeah, there he is. Sorry,
Okay,
Oh,
Galen.
sorry.
I had Galen there.
I'm gonna go ahead and start up a completely BS conversation real quick. It's like so because we are close to the Sudaga word. He's like, so Devak, where is this friend you're talking about with the excellent wine? And stumble slightly as we walk and past that beggar.
This friend. Um. What? What friend? Am I dumb?
I lean in real close and whisper ever so quietly into Devak's ear so that only he can hear it and nobody else can see my lips move. It's just a distraction. That bum's a sentry, not a bum. It's a ploy. Play along.
Yeah. My friend's down the street. Let's go meet him.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Both of us? Just him.
No, just a Vok.
That's not the role I want to be doing. Oh,
Okay, yeah. Despite the way he sounded to you, which is extremely artificial, uh, somehow to everyone else he comes across as very genuine.
yeah, he's down the street. He's around the corner. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I put in the beggars so that you can see them, and so far they all seem to be looking at you that way. So go ahead.
Well, are we moving forward? Come on.
And as you get there, you notice one of the beggars start kind of walking up to you, and he still has that kind of wary, suspicious look, and then he says, "Oh, you fine folks from around here? I haven't eaten in days. Do you have a few coins?"
How
and
about a ration? Would you like some travel rations? It's food. You haven't eaten.
Oh, sure. I wouldn't recommend that you stay around here, though. It's pretty dangerous here.
then why beg in this area?
Yeah, well, we're kind of poor in this area, you know.
That's all the more reason that it doesn't seem like the best place to beg.
Well, um, you know what? You got a point. Let me go home right now. And then you see him turn around and start heading, trying to push past you to head south. What do you do?
If you're having a home, how can you be the homeless beggar?
He looks at you and he says, "It's complicated," and he moves past you.
Uh, seems seems like you might already be having dinner. A good fish fry.
Say that one more time.
It seems like you might already be having dinner. Smells like a fish fry.
Yeah, leave me alone. And he starts running. What do you do?
Um, I'm gonna just keep an eye on him, wait till see where he goes.
Okay. He starts going around the corner, and as Char is indicating, the corner he seems to be heading toward the entrance of the building that Char is waiting around.
All right,
Ac-
I go ahead and
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I can see where it's tough to, for the poor to get by these days. Um,
Don't worry. I'm going home. Just leave me alone.
No, no, seriously. I'm gonna just dart over in front here. I'm sure I can spare a couple of coins for, somebody who is destitute. Um,
Sure. Of course. I need to eat.
all right, where is the front door to this place?
Right there, when you see those stairs, the wooden stairs there, that's the front door. You can tell there's a couple of windows, but the windows, there's looks like some sort of cloth or something blocking the view, so you can't see inside.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and sit on the steps here, and then just a moment, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull out of the pouch, and I'll go ahead and give this guy 3 coppers.
Okay,
Three copper.
he pockets it. He kind of looks at it, and he looks at you. And you get this sense like, what? That's it? And then he puts it away, and the kind of the way he did it, you can tell that he's used to. He's got basically a sleight of hand skill. And he says, "Okay, could you move out of the way? I'm gonna go in the door now."
Oh, this is where you live? Does it even look like a house?
No, it looks like an abandoned shop.
Mm-hmm.
There's even a sign out front, even though it's too faded to read. But it's clearly a sign you'd see at a shop.
I don't think you really live here.
Okay, I don't live here, but I know some people here, and this is where I sleep. In the meantime, Ire, I notice you're up by yourself. What are you doing?
I mean, I guess I'll tag along.
Okay, so you're just following everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you sit still, I'll put you where everybody else is then.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, go ahead.
Mentally to Ragu. Actually, shall we apprehend this guy? I'll also pass that question to Devok and Ire. Silent nod.
Wordlessly,
Or
Shrug.
I wordlessly mouth back to you. Sure, but we have another one immediately behind us.
As you look over there, you notice he's kind of just sitting there. He'll look at you every once in a while, then he'll look down. It looks like he's pretending not to notice you, but you can tell he does. But otherwise, he's not saying anything.
so out of curiosity, how much does it cost for you to find somewhere else to sleep for the night?
And he looks at you and it's like, all right, I see how this is. Okay, 10 gold.
And now is this the only door into the place?
Yes, it's the only door you saw. Oh, actually, let me double check that. That might not actually be true. That's actually not true. You saw a back door over here on your way.
Mm-hmm. All right.
The door does seem to be boarded up though.
Boarded up?
Yeah,
Okay,
as in
that's
like planks of wood, like kind of like hammered over it to kind of block it.
All right. Well, in that case, you know what? You got yourself a deal. I'll go ahead and give him 10 gold.
He takes it and pockets it really fast, and then starts running down the street.
Tempest.
Are you chasing him?
Which way is he running?
He's heading to the south.
Like this way?
Yeah, he just went through the alley and is just heading to the south and then making his way to the street.
So I'm gonna have Tempest run like down a different alley and cut him off. Like run. What's that?
Ire, let him go.
Let him
You
go?
have to harass the other bums if they're a problem.
All right. Oh, you want him to leave? Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
okay, never mind. All right, he's fine. Yeah, Tempest, you can go. Yeah.
fair enough. The horse vanishes. All right, so the guy's gone. The beggar down the street looks at your way every once in a while, but for some reason he's decided not to get involved. So what do you do?
Okay. Quietly to everybody. Any ideas? Do we go ahead and stop in for a friendly visit or be a little quieter?
Um, well, we can
Sure.
probably say we're pretty sure that they already know we're here, so.
Knock? Should we knock?
Actually, they don't necessarily know we're already here since we just stopped the only bum from getting in.
Okay, there's one here and one down the alley here that I can see.
Yeah, but they have to get past us to get to the door.
Okay. In that case, yeah, why not we just very quietly open the door and see if we can get in?
Well, actually, hold on. Let me double check something here. Um, shoot. Oh, this sucks. What session did we meet Jared? Oh, duh. I can just wait a minute. I've got an idea. Um, well, we know the bum's allowed to go in.
Yeah, so I figured we just opened the door.
No. What if the bum, in air quotes, goes in?
Oh, okay.
Let me check something here real quick. Okay, looks like it's quiet around the corner here.
Yep.
I'm gonna turn into that bum that just ran off.
Okay. You're using your disguise self spell.
Yes.
Okay. You now look like the bum. Have you told anybody else you're doing this? Because Iron Devok, you just saw the bum come around the corner.
Yeah, I kind of figured I was about to ask if you wanted me to disguise too.
Oh, you can do that as well?
I can. I'm the one that threw it up there for Jeremy to read earlier.
Oh. Mm. Yeah, I guess you'd have to look like a different bum.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a problem. I mean, we've already seen more than one around here. You probably just don't want to look like that one over there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go down here and take a quick peek down at this guy. Just like poke my head around the corner. I see him.
Oh,
He
All right.
probably sees me, but it don't matter.
unless you
Move
want to
here around
turn
the
in,
corner.
unless you want to turn into the one that looks like that, and advise him that maybe he doesn't want to hang around.
Uh, kind of trying something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I will go ahead and cast disguise self.
Okay.
And now I look like that guy, and then I'll step around the corner too.
Disguise self's a level. What level spell is that? Just out of curiosity. Level
Level
1.
1 spell.
Okay. I see it. Cool. And it lasts for 1 hour. All right. So you both look like bums.
Yep.
We're gonna scare off that one over there.
He's looking your direction, and you made yourself look like him, or him.
Um,
Oh yeah, he's
I
good.
made myself look like him.
Okay. So yeah, you can. He
I
looks up.
step around the corner, and he sees himself step around the corner.
Yeah, he's looking up at you, and he kind of nods at you and then shrugs.
Oh, maybe that did not scare him as much as I thought it might.
Hey, as
Let's
long as
just be
it
going
doesn't.
in anyway.
Yeah. Okay, let me double check something. Not that one. Oh. On. Where the heck did we? Trying to find the one where we specifically did the Jared meeting. Um, I just wanted to verify our mission objective since it's been kind of a while.
Yeah, because why were we
There we
supposed
go.
to be following her? I think we know, but our players don't.
Okay, Jared, there we go. Well, it turns out she goes to 2 different places, so we found one. So I wonder if we've kind of already screwed some stuff up here.
Well, you did her tell, or Ragu heard her tell the bartender that she would give the place one last chance. So she said she'd be there the next day, but if she was accosted, then that would be the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Which did sound odd to me because you didn't think that someone who's trying to maintain a low profile would go all Karen.
Yep, you have been finding out that as hard as she's trying to do so, she isn't necessarily doing the best job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, you've both turned into to bums, so what are you going to do now?
Iyer, Devok, you guys gonna watch the door? We'll just peek in real quick.
Sure.
Coast is clear, we'll call you in.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to stack Ragu and Pico together and then move you. Actually, I should delete you first and then move you. Alright. So, Pico and Ragu, you enter the shop and you see a place that hasn't seen a lot of use recently. You can see trash, you see cobwebs. The only thing you notice, Pico, due to your survival skills, is that there has been traffic kind of going, basically using this door over here, but it looks like nobody has been up here or basically around most of the rest of the room in a long time.
Interesting. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and listen over at this door.
Okay. You listen and you don't hear anything.
Mentally, I'm going to have Ragu bring in Iyer and Devok.
All right.
Okay.
I
I'll just
come
gather
to the
them
door.
up and then move them now.
Yeah.
Okay. Ire Devok, you should now be able to see the map.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Char is still kind of up on the roof outside, keeping an eye on those 2 sentry guard bums.
Okay.
All right. Shoot. I guess we'll try the door.
Okay. It does have a lock on it, and it does appear to be locked.
All right.
It seems to be of moderate quality.
I'm gonna try my thieves' tools on it.
And
Finally,
you
a
open it
roll.
easily.
Help him out. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Oh well, he easily got it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you open the door and it's rather dark, but you see you can see the 2 doors, and then you see stairs heading downward.
All right. About foot
Is there
traffic.
dust on the
Is it?
ground? Yeah.
From what you can tell, there seems to be some traffic toward the stairs, but not much else.
Do we want to double check the other rooms first?
Not a bad idea. And even that room that has apparently been untouched, that could be camouflaged.
This is the exterior door, right? That side one?
It looks like it.
Okay. Yeah, let's check this door here real quick.
Okay, it's not locked, so you open it up, and it opens into what appears to be a bedroom. You can see that it's in rough condition. You can see wood and some cracks in the floor. It's clear that this place is run down and hasn't been used in quite some time. The window is covered up with cloth to act as drapes, but you can see the moonlight kind of leaking in.
Any evidence the
Going
room's
up
actually
to.
been used?
Go ahead.
It doesn't appear so, just based on looking around. But if you want to be more sure, you can make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll try. Uh,
Oh, yep. This room hasn't been used in months at the very least, if not longer.
All right. Without pulling the drapes back, can I like just make a little slit and peek out to see what I can see out the window?
Yeah, you're basically seeing the street to the north of the building. Remember that big L building and all that? You can see that.
All right. Is
Here, let
there
me do
any?
this real quick. That's basically
Okay.
what you see.
All right. Then I look over here. I was gonna say, then so there were no bum sentries basically within eye line of the window.
Um, no, apparently not. Yeah, not on that
Okay.
side.
All right. I go ahead and make sure the window is unlatched.
Okay. It is now unlatched. It
All right.
wasn't before, but you unlatch
All
it.
right. So before it was latched closed, but
Yeah.
now it's open, so you can just
Yep.
open the window. All right. And then looking at the two sides of the window, um, can they slide open and close pretty easily, or does it look like they're wedged and jammed?
It's old, and it'll likely it won't go easy. No.
I'll go ahead and whip out my tinker tools and go ahead and oil
Okay.
the two
So
sides
yeah,
so
you
that
spend some
the
time
window will
oiling
slide.
it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm oiling it so that the window will slide open and close very easily. And then I turned back and was like, well, okay. I think we have a better way in here that nobody else will see than if we have to come back.
All right. Do we want to check the other little room up there?
Do
Do we want to check the other room up there first before going down the stairs?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll come out to.
Okay. Yeah, you open the door, and you see a dark room. It looks like a storage room. You can see broken crates and barrels. Um, it's obvious to anybody that none of this stuff has been touched in a long time.
All right. Guess we'll go ahead and check out the stairs then.
Okay, so yeah, the stairs lead down into some sort of basement. Everybody stack up who's going downstairs, and then I will move you. Are you going to Bach?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so let's go ahead and stack up on top. There you go. And then I'll move you. Okay, so you'll find that you make your way down into a basement. You do notice some light, though. There is definitely flickering torchlight that you can see. So obviously that has been maintained. But otherwise, the place looks like it's in fairly bad shape. You see some broken crates and boxes, some cracks in the floor. So what do you do?
Do I hear any voices or anything?
You do not.
Gonna go ahead and stealthily creep forward.
Okay. So you creep forward, and you can see more of the basement. Due to your high passive perception, one thing you notice is some objects hastily piled in the against the wall up here, but you can see something beyond them, something that was obviously meant to be covered up, but wasn't done very well.
All right, looking at the illumination, is it just a standard torch?
It's basically a wall torch,
Yeah, non-magical one.
non-magical, yes. So it was lit sometime in the last hour.
All right. Does it look like it's got much burn time left on it?
Yeah, probably about 45 minutes.
Okay. I'll step a little closer here. Do I hear anything?
You can vaguely hear some footsteps off in the distance, this direction, but they're quickly fading.
All right. We'll wait for those to fade for a bit, and let's see. Guess we've got the stuff here that we probably need to move. Does it look like it'd be hard to move?
No, it looks like somebody had hastily kind of pulled it along. It's pretty clear that, yeah, like I said, it was hasty, so the stuff's fairly light. So just basically take you a minute or two to move it out of the way.
Yeah, maybe we can do it quietly.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
And now that you have a better look, you can see a very, very long tunnel that seems to be sloping downward, and you kind of see it going off into the darkness, past the range of your night vision. So what do you do?
I believe we should be heading down.
Yep, move the items and then start making our way that way.
All right, you start heading down the passage. It seems to be a very long passage. You're actually walking for 10, 15 minutes or so. You can see that there are side passages that branch off, but you can kind of see that they end in rubble. And from what you can tell, there seems to be a clear passage to go down, and then I'm going to switch maps. And so you continue going down the tunnel, and then up ahead you can see a room. This place is completely pitch black, so if you don't have dark vision or any sort of lighting, the screen will be black.
I believe I thought I had dark vision.
I don't think you do.
I could have sworn I had an item. They gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
For goggles.
Let me double check. Hold on.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think anybody took the goggles when they were offered.
And Devok, are you blind?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you guys notice that
Sorry.
Devok is kind of moving around in a way that it's clear he can't see anything.
Belt of Dwarven kind gives you dark vision up to 60 feet.
Okay, so what you do is click on your token,
Yeah.
and then you should see...
Oh, top left, dark vision?
Yeah, dark vision.
Cool.
Ragu, do you still have those goggles with you?
I don't have the goggles. They were offered up as one of the choices when we went to our next level up, but nobody took them, I thought.
Oh, that kind of thing. Okay, yeah, never mind then. All right.
I'm fairly certain I'm blind. I don't think I have anything that gives me dark vision.
Obviously, if somebody has a lantern or something of that nature, they can turn it on. If you want to do so, click on your icon and then click on the appropriate one, whether it's flame or lantern or torch, but obviously only if you have such a thing.
I do have that. Ire, can you guide Devok for a bit? I want to make sure the coast is clear
Sure.
before we start lighting anything up.
Yeah, yeah. I'll hold his hand.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yep. You move forward, and you see a room. And you see passages heading off to the east and to the south. You can see that there's archways that at each doorway, but there's no actual doors, which is why you can see past it. You can see a large pile of rubble. You can see it's kind of blocking your vision. You can see the cracked floor. You can see some mushrooms growing in the corner, some moss or mold in the corners, and of course more rubble on the side. And to the south, you can hear what sounds like flowing water. To the east, you don't hear anything.
Um, Ragu, can you hold point here for a minute? I think I just realized we probably want to move the objects back in place just in case.
So you're going to go back and do
Okay,
that?
I'll hold point here.
Yeah, just real quick place things. I mean, especially if it's a distance, be able to do it quickly since we don't want to have to worry about stealth and then run back.
Okay. So yeah, walking is about 20 minutes. Obviously, you can do it in less time to go back and forth, but you can do it in less time if you're running or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and let me get rid of Galen.
I'll hold point up here and just kind of inspect.
All right. So once we're here, let's go ahead and have a peek out.
Are there
Okay.
before you go any further, Pico? Are there
Oh, and
tracks?
yep, to the south, you can see water flowing. It's basically going to the east. That's where that sound's coming from. You can see the tunnel heads south, and then it also branches off to the west. And then the other tunnel goes and then turns. So it's quite a distance before it turns to the right.
And I look at the ground, the dust and the floor to make sure where the tracks do and don't go in this room.
Sorry, say that one
Usually
more
I'll
time,
read
Ragu.
this. I'm looking at the dust on the floor to see if there are tracks that show where people normally go or do not go in this room, because I'm thinking that if you step here, it might collapse.
You
Can I
go and
check?
look for tracks, but for some reason they're really hard to spot. Go ahead and give me a survival check. Yeah, so you're looking around and you don't see any tracks. Although you suspect, given the dust around, that you probably should see tracks.
Hmm. Do we want to go ahead?
Rocks. Oh, go ahead.
Do we want to go ahead and move towards the east some more?
Sure. Are there little
Actually,
rocks and stuff right over here?
oh, in the corner there.
Yeah. Just asking German.
He's asking if there are rocks in the corner where he's
Yeah,
standing.
so I'll move them up. But yeah, there's basically some rubble on the ground. It's not so high that you can't go past it, but it's basically like a pile of stone, um, probably from some of the bricks in the wall. But you can see it's solid behind that, solid chunks of stone behind it. So just kind of like that front layer is fallen.
Alright. I'll go ahead and pick up a good fist-sized stone. Nothing huge, but something with a little bit of weight to it. And I'll throw it right here.
Okay, you throw it, and it bounces off the ground and clatters, but otherwise nothing happens.
Alright. I'm gonna inspect that a little closer then. Is the ground gonna give way?
It looks like it's cracked, but it doesn't look like you don't get the impression it's going to give way.
Okay. All right. East, you
I'm
said?
gonna do one thing real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and step down this hallway to check this entrance and then this one, and then I'll return back to everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
As you head south, don't move yet. To the west, you can see more flowing water. It's flowing to the south, and as you're looking south in the water, you can see that there's something kind of moving around in it. It's hard to tell from this distance, but it's kind of bulbous and seems to be moving with purpose.
I'll stay away from that. I'm gonna come back up to the main group here, and okay, I think enough of the area is clear enough. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the lantern, unless anybody thinks I shouldn't.
I think it's okay.
All right, I go ahead and open up the hood on my lantern.
Okay. You should be able to. Oh, it looks like you already turned it on. Okay. I'm assuming you can see now, Devok?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it moving as soon as I did that.
Fair enough.
All right. Down in the water to the south, there's something bubbling around in there that we probably don't want to mess with. There is a little passage to the right, just around the corner. We could go down the end of the hall just to verify that first before looping back.
Okay.
So I was thinking off this direction.
Yeah. Move to the
Since I'm um, since I'm holding the lantern, do you want to take point, Ragu, or should or
I
do I or Devok, either you want to hold the lantern?
I shall take
Um,
point.
Well, actually, I gotta hold to see where the lighting is working.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you wanted to give it to somebody else, you could just turn yours off and have them turn it on. That's
Oh,
fine. All right, so Ragu, you've gone down the hallway or the passage,
Yeah.
and then you're looking to the
Yeah.
south, and you can see that it turns the corner here, turns the corner here, and then there you can barely see it, but there's a turn way at the bottom,
Okay.
and you can hear water coming from this direction as well as this direction.
are you following? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and move forward, making sure that Devok and I are nearby.
Okay. So yep, you move up, and like I said, you see the various turns, and then you can or you can hear water from here and from this direction.
I'm outside of the
There you go.
wall. There you go. Okay.
You can see that down the tunnel there seems to be some sort of room at the end. You can see some rubble at the in your sight, and then it also turns south, and that's where the water is coming from. In fact, you can see some of it.
Okay.
You probably want to stay away from the water.
All right. Well, let's see how the room is. Okay. Yeah, I can see the water down there.
And as you look at the water, you can see something bulbous, kind of right under the surface, kind of floating around lazily. But you can tell that it's moving against the current, so it's definitely something that feels intentional. And you find
Yeah.
yourself inside a small room. You can see rubble all around, including some rubble so high that it blocks your view. And you can see a patch of moss or something else. You can see cracks on the in the ground, and there's a lot of dust in the room that gets kicked up as you enter. You get the impression this room hasn't been entered in some time.
Okay, I'm going to do a cursory search. Can I just off the top of my head look and identify those plants and see if there's anything hiding in these piles?
Okay, well, so you walk up to the plants to identify them. It appears to be some sort of moss, similar to what you might find in a cave or maybe in sewers. And then you start searching through the pile, through the rocks. Go ahead and give me a perception check. And while you're doing that, what's everybody else doing?
I'm staying in the spot where I am right now so that Iron and Devok have line of sight. Yeah, you guys want to make sure to stay away from the water, but if you want to meet up with Ragu, make sure he's okay.
Okay, so yeah, you looked around. You kind of moved some of the rocks around, but this room is just, full of rubble, and unfortunately, you don't spot anything. But you also feel like with the dim lighting and everything, even with your night vision, you might have missed something.
Okay. Yeah, I can find nothing in this room. We continue on, or do you want to look?
Does it look like it's worth searching?
You can take a look.
Yeah. Ire, if you want to help me search, or
Sure,
Devok.
yeah, I'll help you.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll with advantage since you have Ire helping you.
Allow me to offer my expert guidance.
Which I've forgotten to offer myself. It's been too long.
I'm assuming oh, you just never mind. Anyway, so yeah, you search, and beneath some of the stones, you do find a small metal box. It basically it seems like it's been here for a long time. You can see that it was kind of buried under the moss and underneath the rocks kind of around it. Um, and it's kind of bent and scratched, but it appears to be locked.
I'll try and unlock it. And thank you for offering your expert guidance, Ire, because it'll help me offer my own expert guidance.
Of course.
So I will go ahead and use guidance to try and open this thing.
Okay.
So let's see. Thievery. Oh, well, I probably don't need it.
Yeah, it clicks open pretty easily, and inside you see a superior healing potion, or supreme, or whatever it's called. Actually, let me look that up.
I think there's both a superior and a supreme, actually. Or I think maybe it's greater.
Okay, it's superior.
Okay. Oh wait, that's probably a draggable item, isn't it?
Probably.
Modify. Oh, yeah, modify. Delete the non-entry. Okay. I'll go ahead and add that to my inventory for now. Wow, what?
What's wrong?
It's not actually coming up and doing a search. What?
I just searched for it online. Let me. Is it not in Roll20? Oh, it doesn't seem to be.
Potion of. Well, there are potions of healing, but that's the only way they're listed.
Oh. Yeah, you can just drag it over and then edit it. You can do it that way.
Potion of greater healing, and not that it's a special item, but I'll go ahead and mark it as S38.
So yeah, superior healing potion does 8d4 plus 8 healing. So you can just write that in there.
All right. Nifty. All right. Well, let's see. We can go ahead and you got any ideas where to check next, Ragu? Ooh, okay. We're not going south.
Yeah, there's a lot of water there. There's a couple of more turns down here. We can take a look.
All right.
Okay, as you continue, you see some more water to the east, but you do not see any motion in the water. It seems to be the current seems to be fairly fast, and then to the south, obviously, it's going to turn around the bend.
Alright,
Okay.
just taking a peek
All
up
right,
in
so
the
yeah,
Fox.
you look, you can see the room extends past the end of your night vision, but you can see that there's some sort of bridge that's going across to the south. You can also see some sort of muck or slime on the ground just to the south of you.
Can I do a quick identify on that? My botany for slimes, mold, fungus,
Okay, yeah,
plants.
go ahead and make a botany check.
Let me help you with that. I think I might, because I've got my herbalism kit, so I might be able to assist with that.
Okay, so you're going to go down there with them then?
Sure. Let's see.
Do you want me to roll again, or add a d4? Or...
No, if he's helping you, roll it with advantage, so just roll it again.
Oh, although if you got a 24, I guess that's not really needed.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to give it to him, might as well take it. Okay. Anyway, so it does appear to be some sort of muck. Um, it's slightly dangerous if you it's slightly acidic, so it can ruin clothing and whatnot if you step in it. But it's not sentient or anything, so you could step over it.
Okay, we can explore this way. There's a bridge down further, and there does not seem to be any dangers in the water. Or there were a couple of other turns down that one hallway we can check out those first.
Let's have a quick look here.
Maybe you can do some seeing if there are footprints and stuff.
Yeah, I guess I'll look for tracks.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make your survival check.
I should offer myself some expert guidance, which I might need here. So 16.
You're not seeing any evidence of tracks in the nearby vicinity.
Oh, geez, that sludge does not look healthy. That's what you were just looking at, right, Ragu?
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically determined that it's bad to step in, but it's also not sentient, so you can step over it.
Maybe we should check the around the corner first.
Okay.
Okay, you head to the south, and as you're heading, you notice that it is getting colder. In case you're stuck. And you can, the moisture in the air, you can see there's more moss growing. And as you move around the corner, go ahead and stop because you see a couple of figures. Let me go ahead and pull them over for you. Creatures. They seem to just be standing there. But they do look a lot like the golem, the weaker golem-like creatures that you fought in the library. They appear to be standing guard.
I kind of very quietly whisper that back to everybody in the party.
Standing guard, do we want to fight them?
I do not know, but they must be guarding something, right?
We could always try going around that water route and search that way first. Want to avoid fighting for now.
It matters not to me. I mean, it's always a good fight, but it's the consensus of the entire party.
Devon, or how do you feel about a fight?
I don't have my skeletons.
Your what?
My okay, my
I heard you say.
Tyron-
hero. Not wait, not
his skeleton crew, his
yeah,
small
my
group of
skeleton crew.
contractors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, because he really wants a much larger staff, but he has to do with a very small number of
Exactly.
people. So
That's
skeleton
exactly
crew.
what I meant.
Right. Right. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
just so you know,
Like,
Ire, if this changes your view or not, but those things are constructs. They're not alive in the traditional sense. Go ahead.
okay. Well, yeah, fight. I mean, I'm fine with a fight. Whatever. You know.
wait, but are you also a construct?
Yeah, but he's a sentient construct.
Okay.
These
And
are these are
specifically, it's like undead that is bad because undead. So I don't
I
know what
totally
the
100% agree with you.
I don't know what the distinction is between a skeleton being a construct and a skeleton being an undead, but
well, these look
whatever.
like golems, weaker golems, not skeletons.
We're not talking about skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you do?
Is that a yes or a no?
How many of them are there? Two?
Two.
That
Maybe
sounds viable. Um, if we're going to do that, though, how about I go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and cast Hex.
Cast what?
Hex.
Pets? Oh,
Hex.
hex. Okay. What does that do?
Yeah. Basically, curses a target and allows me to do more damage to it.
And you're
Oh, and
casting
they
it on
get
what?
they also have a disadvantage on a stat of your choice.
Right. Ability check, which I think I'd probably make strength in this case. And yeah, and then with that out of the way,
No, but first, what do you cast? Is it something you cast on yourself or cast on an enemy?
I have to cast it on the enemy,
Oh,
and then I can migrate it if the enemy dies.
okay. So if you're casting on an enemy, then at that point in time, everybody roll initiative. And does the enemy have to roll anything to resist?
No, at least no, they don't.
Fair enough. All right, and he's hexed. All right, is everybody rolled?
No.
It's not going through for some reason. Give me a second.
Okay, there's Ire. There's
There we
Ragu.
go.
All right, descending. All right, so round one. And Pico, you've cast Hex on the creature that has the skull and crossbones on it. So what are you going to do?
I am going to open up with Eldritch Blast. Yep. Try this out for the very first time.
Alrighty, Eldritch Blast. What damage type is that?
Force damage.
Okay, that works with full damage, so go ahead and roll.
Okay, so that's the first attack, and that's the second. Ooh,
Well,
nice.
obviously they both hit, and one's critical.
Okay, so the first one does 3 plus 6 points for a total of 9.
Okay.
And then the second attack.
Oh, let me fix something real quick. I just realized you can't see their health bars. You probably want to see that. All right, can everybody see their health bars now?
Yeah.
All right, so how much does your second attack do?
That one does 12.
All right. All right, so yeah, clearly it's been damaged. but you can see it's still fairly robust at more than half its health. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Ragu. So they stand. All three of them stand before you. What are you going to do?
Sword in one hand. Yep, dagger in the other. You want me to leave that one, Pico?
No, the sooner we take it down, the better.
I run right on up, swinging away.
Go for it.
Oh, where is Char?
Isn't he outside
The hallway.
watching things for us?
When we got that far down the hallway that we were more than 100 feet, he just showed up in the hallway, and I've been dragging him along with us.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if he's with you, I'll just go ahead and move him over. There you go.
Okay. He's gonna fly over to him and then down here out of the way, giving me advantage on my first attack.
Okay. And you hit.
19. Okay. Big old swing.
Yep. Nice 10 points of damage. Definitely chops into his into the construct, breaking it apart somewhat.
And I swing again.
And you hit again.
Oh, that should. Yep. That
Yep.
should
The 18 hits though.
Still. Yeah.
Oh, another 10.
Another 10.
Big damage.
All right. And then I will follow up with my offhand.
And you hit once again
Wham! For
for
another
another 9 points of damage. Actually, let me double check. Are all those weapons magical? Yeah, they're all iridescent. Okay, you got it.
Yep.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I just run up and do a hack. Follow.
Yeah. You hacked it down to size pretty quickly.
I finally got my extra attack.
And Golem steps behind you to pummel you with advantage. And yeah, let me go ahead and do the berserk on him after your attack. Okay, so multi-attack. So he smashes into you twice with his giant fists, with a 19 and a 26, both of which would hit you normally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take them. Wow, these things can do the same thing that the spirits can? Wow, okay. This is gonna hurt. Okay.
So are you gonna use your shield or whatever?
Well, I can shield one of them, but the other one's still gonna hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking. Are you going
I
to
will-
shield one of them or not?
Yeah, I will, because I'm expecting one more round of attacks this turn.
Okay. So you shield the 19.
Those.
So the other one hits you slams into you for 7 points of damage. Go ahead and make a DC 15 Constitution save.
Okay.
And as he slams into you, your maximum hit points is reduced by 7.
Hold on a minute.
Oh wait, you get advantage on saving rolls if you're within
Oh, yes.
10 feet of me. I think it is.
He's
are
not
you-
within 10 feet of you.
Let me make sure it's 10 feet.
Yeah, double check.
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, yeah, you lose 7 hit points from your total and your maximum. And that's his turn. All right, Davak, you're around the corner, but you probably heard the grunts from Ragu as he got pounded. What are you going to do?
Move forward a bit and shoot that golem on the right. I can't see the full name.
That's fine. The
That's
one that's
fine.
already
The one
damaged?
with low health.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
And you hit. And you hit again.
For 4 damage.
Okay. You can see some pieces break off the golem, but he's still fairly... he's still fairly going well. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Ire. You can see one of the golems is almost destroyed, but the others are still at full health. What are you going to do?
I'm coming. Wait, actually, oh shoot, I have to move. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just attack number 3.
Okay.
Wait, that's not
Can't.
right. Disregard
What am I disregarding? Oh, okay.
that roll, and then
Okay.
it's these 2.
All right, they both hit. All right, for looks like 24 damage total. So
Yeah.
good damage, and you slice off part of the golem, but he's still robust. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Golem 2 stares Ragu down as he tries to slam into him. Does he have disadvantage because he's hexed?
No, not for any sort of attacks or anything.
Okay, in that case he has advantage because of flanking. And slams into Ragu twice. The first one misses, and the second one hits.
On the second hit, I use my defensive. I forget what it's called. My finding stop protection to impose disadvantage on.
Okay, so that's a 19, which does still hit. And
Actually, that 19 misses because my shield is still in effect until my turn.
okay, there you go.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He just said thank
Oh,
you.
no,
okay.
I was saying thank you to Ire.
Oh, good job. All right, the other golem steps around to pound into Ragu since he feels like he's the weakest target for some reason, and he has advantage. That's why he feels like he's the weakest target. All right, so you have a 23 and a 24. Do those hit?
17 plus 5. Yep, they'd hit.
All right. Oops, wrong one. So, sorry, just the first two. So that is a 22 points of bludgeoning damage total, and you have to make 2 more DC 15 Constitution saves.
Both with advantage now because Ire's close.
Yep.
True enough.
How many did you say? 22 points?
22, yeah.
Okay. And
2 DC 15 Constitution saves with advantage, so the first one makes, the second one makes. So you take the damage, but it doesn't reduce your maximum. And now we are at round 2. Pico, you can see that Ragu is being pounded, but one of the golems is nearing death. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go ahead and open up with Eldritch Blast on the golem I've been fighting.
Okay.
So, first attack's miserable. Second attack seems like it should hit.
It does. You do hit with the second one.
Okay, and that does a total of 5 points.
Fair enough. It's still there. It's almost down, but still there. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Ragu, you've been pounded a lot, but the golem in front of you is almost dead. What are you going to do?
I'm swinging. Char's gonna fly across here up into that corner, and as he passes him, he's gonna flap in his face and give me advantage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna swing away.
And you hit. Can you do 9 points of damage? You can. He shatters as your sword smashes into him.
All right. I'm going to move here and here, staying inside.
Before you move, just so you know, if
Yeah,
you...
he can go ahead and swing back.
Okay. Let me do it then. At the 23, that hits. So you take 14 points of damage as you move away into the back and have to make a DC 15 Constitution save, but you still have advantage. And you fail, so your maximum hit points is reduced by 14. Go ahead and finish your turn.
All right. I really thought with the advantage I could get past it because trying to pull advantage. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fair. It was a risk.
Okay. There we go. All right. And my second attack is gonna go right against this guy. It's
And that 22 hits
All right.
for 16 points of
16.
damage. So you slice into him and chunks fall to the ground. Is that the end of your turn?
Nope. I've got my bonus action attack, the dagger.
Which you stick him with the dagger, but it doesn't seem to do anything. That's below their AC.
All right. That'll work. That'll be my action.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. All right, Golem 3 is going to step step right on the rubble and smash into. Well, he's right there, but I'm going to actually move him down so you can see his health bar. But he's basically in the line, so he has advantage on ire. With a 22 and a 26 ire, those both hit, unless you have any tricks up your sleeve.
No.
Okay, so you take a total of 31 damage and have to make 2 DC 15 Constitution saves.
All right, one sec. Okay. These have a +3 to them.
Okay. So the first one fails, second one succeeds. So your maximum hit points is also reduced by 15 for the time being.
Okay.
All right, that's the end of his turn. Devok, you can see. Make sure. Okay, there you go. You can see Ire kind of stagger as a golem smashes him in the side. What are you going to do?
I will shoot the golem that hit him.
Okay. One misses. Actually, they both hit. They both hit. So you do 12 points, and now you know their AC is 14. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Ire, the golem behind you really smashed into you. What are you going to do?
This is really awkward. I can't move. I'll
You can, but
I
you'll
don't
get
want
an attack of opportunity. You
I
can
don't think-
disengage and then move, but then you'll lose your action.
I'll just hit. Well, I'll just hit Golem 3.
Okay, go for it.
Oh. Okay.
You missed the first one, but the second one hits for 8 points of damage. So a decent hit. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Then Golem 4 is going to reevaluate his options. Nope, he's going to continue attacking. He's going to attack Ragu despite everything. He does not have advantage. And it was a really stupid move because Ragu, you dodge out of the way easily. Okay, beginning of round 3. All right, Pico, you can see that both Ire and Ragu have been hurt. One of the golems has been destroyed, and one of them is at less than half health. What are you going to do?
This is the one that's at less than half health, right?
It's this one over here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I guess I can still see it from where I am. I may have to move forward a bit.
Yeah, I think you would get cover from where you were. So you basically have to go to where. Yeah. Anyway, that's fine. You can move forward.
Okay. Using a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and switch Hex over to Weaker Golem 3 and open up with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Let's see. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, actually, he's actually up here, so you would actually have disadvantage anyway. Not that it matters, because it's a ranged attack. So yeah, you should have had disadvantage, but we're not going to worry about it because your rolls already sucked. Is that the end of your turn?
That is it.
All right, Ragu. The golem attempted to attack you. What are you going to do?
All right. Char is going to fly over here and then down this way, flapping in his face, giving the next person to attack him advantage on their first attack.
Okay,
And then I am just going to lay in with my swords.
go for it.
It gets a rapier for a 20.
That hits.
All right. I do 12 damage. And hold on, let me pull this over.
Yeah, you basically chopped a chunk off.
Roll a. Okay. Hold on. It is. All right, Ire, are you here?
Ire's over there.
I thought there was a BRB. Checking.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Oh yeah, there is.
All right. I'll go ahead and take my second attack, but I am commander striking. I'm commander striking. So my first attack was 12 damage.
Right.
And then my second attack is going to be here, which is a 13 either way. What the crap?
So yeah, that basically slides against the surface, but doesn't actually do any
Yeah.
damage.
Okay, and my bonus action is ire attacking.
All right. I guess I will attack for Ire then, since he's not here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It is. I burn my bonus attack to commander strike one of my allies to attack somebody they are in melee with. In this case, that would be Ire attacking, and he rolls an extra 1d8 commander dice damage if he hits.
Unfortunately, he did not hit.
Advantage. Advantage.
Oh, he has advantage. Okay. Oh yeah, because
yeah,
flank.
same reason I do. Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough. Okay, he did hit. So that's his damage plus what? Plus 3. So 12. Okay, fair enough.
12. That was one.
I just attacked for you, Ire, on Ragu's turn because he used his ability that allowed you to attack once based on his command, but you'll still get your normal turn when it comes up.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave you an extra attack on my turn instead of your turn.
And you
But
did
hit,
12
doing
damage. All right, is that the end of your turn, Ragu?
That is.
Fair enough. All right, Golem 3, who, as I remind you, is still in the corner, has advantage, and attacks Ire, right? Yeah. And does not hit, even with advantage. Must be the Hex. All right, Devok, you can see that both golems are about roughly the same health-wise, but the golem being flanked is obviously at a bit of a disadvantage, so what are you going to do?
I'll shoot the one being flanked.
Okay, so you have advantage.
Okay.
Okay, so you can roll again for your first one in case it crits. Okay, so that first one hit. Second one hit as well, actually, because the 14 is the AC. So they both hit.
Okay. 12.
All right. Solid hit. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Ire, the golem that you're flanking is definitely in a worse state, but the one behind you did really smash into you. So what are you going to do?
I'll try and finish off the one being flanked.
Go for it. And you hit.
Let's see, it's not going to be enough to do it.
Nope, but it's almost about 1/10 of his health.
I'm going to Divine Smite to finish him off. Actually, no. Actually, yes.
Okay.
uh,
Go for it. Divine Smite. Is that radiant damage?
yes, but it should be. I think that's more than enough.
Okay, that's fine. All right, yeah, that takes him out. He smashes into pieces. He's not resistant to radiant, but I had to check his resistances, which is why I asked. All
Okay.
right, so he
And
smashes
then
into pieces. Go ahead. What are you doing
I
next?
use my second attack on the golem
The
behind me.
next attack on this guy has advantage, so you can.
Okay.
You hit
Bop.
for another 12 points of damage. All right, he's definitely in bad shape, but seems to be intent on fighting to the death. So we start at round 4. Pico, you're down to 1. What are you going to do?
Well, I guess my best option is going to be to have to run to the room, and I'm just going to go ahead and use Booming Blade on the guy.
Okay.
So first, let me roll the regular attack,
Which does not hit.
and well, since it was a Booming Blade, that was the only thing I was doing. Um, I'm going to go ahead and just keep on running, and I'm going to park myself in the corner right behind Ragu.
Fair enough.
Bravery!
You hide behind
Good
Ragu.
idea.
All right, Ragu, you got 1 left. What are you going to do?
First question, did you fail more than one con save on the life drain?
I
He's failed 2,
did.
yes.
Okay, I was just tracking those.
I literally sprint over here, sword and dagger in hand. Ah!
Yep, go for it.
Wham!
All right, you really hit him.
That's hurting.
And you smashes into pieces. The 12 by itself was enough, so you smash him into fine powder.
Yeah, I just run up, sword over my head, bringing it down. Crunch! I was about to swing again, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, you swing, and you swing it, smash it in the ground. Smashing those chunks into even finer powder. All right, combat has ended. Make sure I mark down your encounter here. All right, so you find yourself in a fairly plain room. You can see that there's rubble. You can see a broken box, some cracks in the floor. You can see passages that head to the south and to the east. So what do you do?
You mean the west?
I meant the west, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm thoroughly unamused by those creatures.
Yeah. They weren't. They were a little stronger than I remember them used to being.
Shoot, if the ones in the library were that bad,
Yeah, we wouldn't have survived.
we might have dodged a
Is
bullet
there anything
there.
interesting in this room? They might have been guarding something.
Yeah, I'm going to search around.
Okay, nothing jumps
shall
at
lend
you, but you can
assistance.
make a perception check.
Well, allow me to offer myself some expert guidance. Ire, you going to offer your expert guidance too?
Sure, I'll offer my expert guidance.
All
I
right,
can
well,
offer the
accepting.
help action, giving your roll advantage.
That's what I was getting at with Ire, but
Oh, you
that
both
works
have
too.
guidance, so yeah.
Does Ire have guidance?
No, I can just help.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was a kind of a running gag there.
Yeah.
All right. Perception. I'll throw the D4 on there, 20.
Okay, yeah, you search the room, and you for a while you're thinking you're not finding anything, but then you start digging under one of the piles of rubble, and you find a rotten coin pouch. The coins are good, but the pouch itself is rotten. And you find, let's see, 2d20. You find that there's actually 24 gold inside the pouch.
All right, I guess I'll go ahead and grab that since I've been a relatively big spender today.
But it is clear though that whatever they were guarding wasn't that, but probably wasn't in this room specifically.
Yeah, probably one of the passages. Kind of feel like we're ultimately going to need to go further south, but do we want to explore the west first?
Okay. Being careful to step over the sludge.
Okay, so yep, you find passages that continue and also go to the north. You can hear the sound of water from the north.
All right, I'm going to have to refresh. I'm getting a particular roll 20 error.
Okay. Let me go ahead and try recentering the map. Okay.
All right, that works. There we go. I'm having trouble finding my character sheet.
Okay. All right, so Ragu, yeah, you can see that it goes north, and then it kind of bends. There's a bend over here, and then it continues. It's hard to see from there, but it looks like it's opening up into some sort of room.
Okay. And I kind of share that with everybody. And it's like, should we come on? Keep going.
All right.
See any?
And yeah, as you enter the room, you can see that there's rubble to the north. There's actually stairs heading upward. There's a passage to the south and a passage to the west.
I'm going to check the stairs to see if I spot any signs of recent travel.
Sure, go ahead and give me a survival.
All right. Who's got some expert guidance for me?
I do.
All right, I'll take Ragu's version of expert guidance along with my own. So, God, can you imagine if that was my whole roll?
You fail.
18.
Okay, so
Advantage.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, let me just re-roll it normally.
yeah, just roll again. There you go.
Okay, 28.
Okay, so it looks like there has been traffic here, probably a couple of days ago, but definitely not today.
Interesting. That case, I'm going to take a quick peek up the stairs.
Okay, so yeah, you start heading up the stairs, and you find yourself um, in the midst of some sort of collapsed building. You can see that there are streets around, but the stairs you used, there's enough rubble in the way that you're pretty sure the stairs aren't visible from the street.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we've got an alternate
I
way
know.
in now.
Yeah. Can Char? Where's Char to go? Where'd he go?
I'll move them. There you go.
Cool. I can take Char and go ahead and send him up the stairs. And if the buildings collapse, there's big holes and stuff for him to
Oh yeah,
fly
he
out,
can get
right?
out easily. I mean, it's a collapsed building, but
Oh,
there's
he's.
obviously an opening where the stairs are, so there's no danger or anything as far as you can tell.
I'll have him fly up out of the building, up into the night sky, do kind of a loop to figure out exactly where he is in the city.
Fair enough. It seems to be in the middle of the Sadaga district, the Sadaga ward.
All right.
Hey, these
So I
might be
know which building it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
these might be the underground tunnels we'd heard about.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and make it in your notes, Dave, that we have a alternate access to the tunnels now, and we have the exact location, Char can come back down.
Yeah, I'm gonna mention it. I guess before we start exploring too far south, I'm just going to take a quick look down this hallway as well.
Okay, it loops around. You can see some rubble in the corner. And then
Ah,
as you come around, you can see and hear water to the north.
just going to go right to here, and that's enough for me. Okay. Okay, based on this, I'm going to go ahead and retreat back to the group.
Just so you know, go ahead and go back to where you were a second ago. You still see the bulbous forms to the north, but you do not see those forms to the west. It looks like that water is moving fairly rapidly.
Alrighty, so I'll go ahead and head back. Okay, so the passage zigzags a bit, but you know how there was a water just to the north of us, there's water running east-west? And then over on the east side, there was that north-south one you found where the acid stuff was. There's another water passage to the west running north-south. I just saw a little glimpse of it, but we'll remember that for later. At this point, maybe we can just move south behind that passenger standing in front of Ragu.
Tyler, are you still connected?
Oh, he says he'd be right back.
Oh, okay. And there's okay.
All right, well, that being the case, I'm going to take a quick peek forward.
Okay, the passage goes either direction. You can see multiple tunnels. You can see eventually you can see water to the west, and then to the east you can see that it goes north and south.
All right, I'll pull back to the rest of the group here, and I guess we'll give a moment for Ragu to get back. Iyer, Devox, is there anything you guys want to check out or got any suggestions?
Hmm.
Um, hmm. Well, if I could see past just the entrances, I'd be able to give you a better opinion. But I say we just go down. Have we already been down? I don't think so.
All right, nope, we're south is the next way to go, and it looks like Ragu's back.
Let's go south.
Oh, did I miss something?
Uh, no, we're just deciding if there's anything we want to do while we're waiting for you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
So, Pico, you notice that there is some rubble in the middle of the passage here, and it looks like some of it at least came off the wall to the north there. And otherwise, like I said, you can see passages to the north and south this direction, and you can see water flowing way to the west.
And let's see whose token is up there. Iyer, are you moving south with us?
Yeah.
Okay. So way off to the left there, I think that's the same north-south water I was talking about a couple minutes ago. I'm curious to check something real quick since you mentioned the this rubble here. Does the wall? What do I see? Just like earth behind it?
Actually, as you approach, you see that there's cracks in the wall, but you're not sure what's behind it from where you are.
How stable does everything look?
It looks fairly stable. There's definitely there's a layer of dust over the rubble on the ground.
I'm gonna step forward and take a look at the cracks.
Okay, you step forward and you can see that there's actually something on the other side. It looks like there might be a room back there.
Ragu, how brutish are you feeling today?
I reach into my pocket and pull out my brass knuckles.
I'm gonna back off here.
You just want a big bashing, or should I be a little more careful?
Don't cause anything to collapse, I guess.
In that case, I'll go ahead and put my brass knuckles away, pull out my crowbar, and go ahead and try and crowbar.
Fair enough. Go ahead and give me a strength check, but you have advantage because of the crowbar.
And allow me to offer my expert guidance because there's a surprising amount of skill involved in using a crowbar.
Haha.
Okay, you pry away some of the stones. They come rolling, and a hole. You break open a hole in the wall, and you can see a room beyond.
Hmm. Very good catch, my friend.
As you enter, you can see rubble and some broken crates, but you also see what looks like an intact and locked chest.
10 gold says that Oreo's ears are burning right now.
Oh, I'm sure they are. But you're the only one here. If there is any way I can assist you with my tinkering.
Um, well, just given the fancy-ish nature of the chest, I'm a little bit worried about if there are any hazards. Can you have any way of trying to look for traps? I can try and help you, as well as offering my expert guidance.
Um, is tinkering going to be a good
You
enough
can
roll for that or
probably
no?
look for the kind of traps you might set up using your tinkering
Okay.
tools and whatnot. So yeah, go ahead and give me an intelligence check. Yeah, just an intelligence check, and you have advantage because Pico's helping you.
And your
All right.
D4.
So, all right.
Oh, sorry, not
So
intelligence,
intelligence
perception.
or my
Perception.
is it perception or my tinker tools?
It'd be perception because you're looking for them. It's just you're using the knowledge you gain from being able to use your tinker tools to know what to look for.
All right. I
Otherwise,
guess
you
I'll
just wouldn't have a
take an
roll.
intelligence check. All right. So
So yeah,
intelligence on you or
so perception.
okay.
So it's going to make a perception check with advantage. And is that +3? Is that from your thing? Oh, that's +2, so 15. So yeah, you're looking around and you're not seeing any evidence of any sort of mechanical traps.
Okay.
Hey,
No.
you think you could cast Detect Magic?
Yeah, I can ritual cast detect magic. Takes
While
about
you're
10
doing
minutes,
that,
but I'll do it.
you're doing that, we can go ahead and search the rest of the room. I'll check out this thing in particular, but
You see what looks like some sort of metal pot. There's something very, very old and slightly yellowish at the bottom.
holding the lantern, what does it look like?
It looks like it's something, basically a dried layer of something that was once liquid, but it has a yellowish tinge to it.
All right. How big is the thing?
It's probably about 2 feet wide. It's a fairly big pot.
I'll try and move it for what it's worth.
Yeah, you move it. It's not that heavy, and there's nothing. Doesn't seem to be anything around it.
All right, well, I'll try and search the rest of the room while Ragu's doing his thing.
Okay, yeah, you can just give me a perception check then for the rest of the room.
All right. It
Okay,
looks like
yeah.
24.
So yeah, you're pretty positive. There's nothing else in here. All right, Ragu, you cast Detect Magic, and you are getting a magic glow, but it's not from the chest. It's from something inside.
Okay, I go ahead and share that. There seems to be something inside that's glowing. I can see through the cracks.
All right, well, at this point, I guess it's relatively safe-ish. I'll go ahead and try and unlock the chest. You did say it was locked, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Any advantage I can give you?
Yeah, you got your Tinker Tool stuff, so I guess you can probably give them some pointers. So you can roll with advantage, Pico.
All right, plenty of expert guidance to go around. So let's roll the Thieves' Tools. Ooh, okay,
Yeah,
well,
you got to unlock it, and you swear the second your lockpick enters the lock, the lock just falls off. It wasn't very good.
all right, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and open it.
You open it up, and inside you see 3 vials of, it looks like oil. But Ragu, you can see that all 3 vials are glowing brightly. They're not actually
I
glowing
can
as in
see
giving
that.
off light, but as in the magic.
Yeah. Um, they're obviously magic oils, but that might take a while for me to figure that out.
Yeah. You
Is
want to
there
go ahead
anything
and
else? As long as I still have detect up, is there anything else glowing in this room or
Sorry, say
sticking
that.
out?
What are you doing again? Say that louder.
As long as I have detect magic up, is there anything else in this room? Because I can just look around at everything within 30
Yeah,
feet.
you look around, and the rest of the room looks normal.
Okay. Well, if we give me another 10 minutes, I can tell us what these oils are.
um, while you weren't moving out, why don't we go ahead and at least move around a little? Oh yeah, we can give them the 10 minutes.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, you cast your identify, and the oils are some sort of an enhancement magic. If you apply it to a piece of armor, it'll give that piece of armor +1 AC, but only just the +1. It's not cumulative, meaning. If you apply it to a weapon, it'll give the weapon +1 to hit and +1 to damage.
Ooh. Is this permanent or is these temporary oils?
You're pretty sure it's permanent, but that's why you can only apply one of them to one piece of equipment.
Okay. And so it's one dose or one whole vial?
It's one whole vial.
Per...
You would take it and you would actually shine up the thing like you were applying oil to it, and then once you're done, the bonus kicks in.
You
Um,
know, Ragu, you're looking kind of dried out. Maybe you should moisturize your metal skin.
I'm thinking that myself very much, yes. Shall I be doing that now or do you mean?
just so you know, though, the application process, since you have to be thorough and everything, will take about an hour.
We'll do that later then.
Later then, later. Yes. That is very nice to be having, yes.
Let's step over to the east a bit, since that was, I believe, yeah, because that's where the golems were, I'm pretty sure.
You hear water to the east.
So we probably got the bridge there. Do we want to, now that we're closer, do we want to check out the bridge or keep going south first?
Just
Actually,
as a warning, before you go too far, I think you lost Ragu. He
Oh,
hasn't moved.
trying. Yeah, I'm trying.
Do you want to go with the
Sorry.
rest of the group? Okay, there you go. We got
There
it.
we go. Yeah. Yeah, I do want to go with the rest of the group. I just having a bit of an issue.
Fair enough.
yep, there's the suspiciously rickety bridge. Hmm. How bad does this bridge look?
Actually, as you approach, you get the impression that somebody has used it recently. You also get the impression that it might have severe weight limits. As in, you can probably
How?
go across it. Ragu even could probably go across it, but you would second guess the idea of Ire going across it.
Hmm. Well, is it rickety because it's just cracked and old? Do you think maybe I can mend a few of the planks to make it strong enough for Ire to get across, or are we
If
just
you
gonna
want to
have to watch him
spend
try and jump?
probably about 15 minutes or so casting mending over and over on it, you can probably do so, yeah.
Uh, do we want to burn that there?
I mean, that sounds fine to me.
Well, what about these planks? What kind of condition are those in?
They're fairly rotten.
Hmm. Let me see. And shoot, how far does jumping go by default in D&D?
Um, I
I believe it's 1 foot per point of strength with a 10-foot running start, so I
yeah,
don't
let me
think there should be any
look.
difficulty.
The jump distance. There it is. Your strength determines how far you can jump. So yeah, I think it's just a 1-to-1 thing then. So so if you have 10 strength, I guess you can jump 10 feet. A long jump, if you can cover the number of feet up to your strength for. Oh, okay, here it is. You cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you have at least 10 feet immediately before the jump.
Well, I think we can pause that here. We can just run like these.
Yeah, I'm just back up here, and then in fact, I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm going to check one other thing here. This is like a sort of a grating over here.
Yeah, it seems to be some sort of grating, and you can see the water moving past it into some sort of tunnel. But it looks smooth and round, and you don't see any walking areas or anything in the tunnel. You're talking about down here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just water.
Now, I guess the question is, since the jump's within our normal uh, capabilities, is that something we have to make a check for?
The ground is fairly stable, so if it's within your capabilities and you're not stressed out, like in combat or running away from somebody, then I think you could just make the jump.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and try it. I'll just go ahead and get a running jump, hop over, and
Yep. So it's basically roughly 10 feet across. So as long as you have a strength score of at least 10, then you're good to go.
yep, and mine is 11.
Okay, so you can make it, although surprisingly just barely. All right. So on the other side, you can see that there's some sort of there's a room. You can see the cracked floor and the rubble. There's also a tunnel that seems to head south, and another tunnel that heads north.
Okay, do I hear anything listening down this way?
You do not hear anything.
Okay, and that's just a hallway that keeps going. Okay, long hallway to the south, and take a peek into the next room.
Okay, as you enter, you can see rubble, you can see cracked ground, but other than some moss, you don't really see anything of interest. To the north, you can see another tunnel, but it goes past the range of your night vision.
Ooh. Okay, so that just keeps on going. This looks like something we'll want to remember. Do we want to go ahead and do a little more exploration before we commit to this?
Sure. There was this tunnel here too. Did you see?
Yeah, it seems to go pretty far south.
Yeah. Okay. Which one do we want to explore further first? Ire, can you make it, my friend?
Yeah.
Will you tie a rope across in case you fall in the water?
What's your strength, Ire?
This has got to be higher than mine.
16, yeah.
Yeah, so if you get a running jump, you can make that jump easy. So go ahead and move your token. Um, Obviously, there's also stuff on the other side as well. So when you guys are deciding, so what are you gonna do?
Okay, let's go ahead and move south, I guess.
I agree.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, you start moving south down a long hallway, and you notice that as you move, it gets colder and colder.
It was getting
As
colder
you
when
come
we were getting
across,
to
you
the.
can see the tunnel branches to the north and to the south. And at this point in time, you can feel the cold almost like it's snowing.
And the last time it got colder down here, we found a room full of golems. maybe should be wary.
You're probably right. Maybe I'll check first with everybody else staying back since I can move faster.
And quietly.
All right. I'm going to leave my lantern here, which I'll basically turn it off. Let's see. If I just
Higher if you want
oh,
to turn it on, then.
of course that kills my dark.
blind.
Oh
Wait.
no, there's a dark vision button now.
I'm blind.
I'll hand my lantern to Devok temporarily. So if you click the lights on lantern, but there we
I'm
go.
not blind.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and carefully move forward.
Okay. As you move forward, you can see that there's some sort of room over to the west. You can see the tunnel continues to head to the south. And you can see that it branches off here and here. And then to the south, you can see it goes either direction.
All right, peek around the corner here.
And as you continue to move,
Devok.
Yeah.
He's going ahead quietly. We're not
Oh,
sneaking.
my bad.
in fact, actually, Pico, if you're trying to be quiet, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, as you move, you notice it getting slightly colder this direction. Okay, you continue to move around, and then you see piles of bones and sarcophagi.
All right. I see something we definitely probably do not want to mess with. I'll come back. If we take the north way and loop up, it quickly goes into a room with looks like at least one sarcophagus, and if I saw that right, a large pile of bones in the center of the room. It looks like a great way to die.
Or maybe a great way to get some backup.
We might have to earn that. Although that is a excellent point. How long does it take you to? I'll think about that real quick. Let me check the south way a little bit.
Okay. Okay, you head to the south, and then you see a room off to the side with several sarcophagi and piles of bones. You notice that two of the sarcophagi are partially open.
That is not good.
And the way continues to the south, obviously.
You know, hold on. Is it a problem if I switch one of the spells I chose permanently? Like for my 4th level spells? Can I switch one?
I guess if you haven't used it yet.
I have not. And not like I'm switching it back, but switching it permanently.
All right.
Because I was considering getting this one or this other one. I will explain what it is soon, because it's definitely very helpful in regards to dealing with sarcophagus.
Okay.
Sarcophagi. Hold on. Let me show you guys real quick. 1 second. It might look messed up, but hopefully you can read it. If we need it.
So you can siphon out the life force and still undead creatures within range. Okay. Roll 5d20 that totals how many points of creatures this spell can affect. Okay, so you're basically saying, wait, let me see.
It acts like a sleep spell.
Starting with the, okay, it's basically a sleep spell for undead. I get it. So it has to, you basically need to basically drain the whole thing in order for it to do anything. It sounds like. Must save a Constitution save or be destroyed. Yeah, so you basically whatever their hit points is, you have to be able to match that hit point total, and if you can, then they make a Constitution save or be destroyed.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and you get some temporary hit points out of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with the lowest hit points and works its way up, like a sleep spell.
Yeah.
That's nifty.
Okay.
So it's like a undead newt.
That definitely could help, although I'm a bit concerned that we might get in over our heads, because it turns out going down the south, found another room, and there's more than one open, or at least partially open sarcophagus there. So, yeah, we could potentially find ourselves overrun fairly quickly. Maybe we should go ahead and head down the other tunnel. We can try and swing back through this way if we feel compelled to.
Sure.
All right, so go ahead and retreat around the corner.
Okay.
To this point.
Well, before you guys do anything, Devok and I, are you guys moving
as well? Yes. Around the corner, he said. Which corner?
They went this way.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll move. Okay, do you see me now?
Yeah.
And there it is, we'll go this way.
Okay, so you start heading down the tunnel, and you notice that the incline is it's now an incline. You're definitely getting higher, and you notice the air drying out, and you've walked for several minutes. Do you want to continue?
Probably.
Okay.
Does anybody think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so you walk for about 15 minutes or so, and then you find yourself behind a solid. You find yourself behind a solid wall, like the tunnel just ends.
You start
Break the
checking
wall.
for, start checking for seams
Yeah,
or
let's.
crevices or anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and carefully inspect it.
Okay, go ahead and give me your perception check.
All right.
Give you assistance.
And I will offer myself expert guidance because you can never know too much about searching a wall. All right.
We've learned that in the past.
Oh yeah, the
wisdom of Grant.
All right, so you feel around, and you feel a loose stone in one of the adjacent walls, and it slides open to reveal what looks like a basement. Inside, you see furniture and wooden boxes. It's all in good care, and then you see stairs that head up, that seem to head up, and you can see the light coming down the stairs.
I think this is just another exit. But where, I wonder, are we this time? Somebody's house.
Based on the supplies, it looks like it might actually be a shop, but it could be a house.
Ooh, start checking. Are there any words or labels on the boxes and stuff down here?
Yes. Let me go ahead and give you the name of the shop because it's right on the boxes. Hold on.
Nifty.
Entrances. Here we go. You see Perilla's Furniture. I'll go ahead and put it in chat since you can see the text.
Oh. All right, I was only one vowel off this time.
And you can definitely hear though that there is someone walking around upstairs.
Um, do we hear any conversation?
As far as you can tell, it sounds like it's just one person, but they're not saying
Is
anything.
it is it really late or not that late?
Oh yeah, it's you guys did you guys it's probably around 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10 to 11 o'clock.
So yeah, there's no employees here. If there's somebody upstairs and they're either living in the store or breaking in.
Based on the movement, they sound like they're just walking around casually. And you do know that a lot of stores, if not most of them, people live in them.
Okay, then yeah, somebody just lives here. Should we quietly go back the other way?
Maybe. Nah, you said we're in a. Are we just a back room or basement storage?
Basement. You're basically in a basement, and then the wall opened up behind you, and then yeah, there's stairs heading up into the building, and the lights kind of leaking down the stairs.
Um, Looking around the room carefully, do I see any evidence of anything out of the ordinary?
You see what looks like supply crates and furniture, but nothing else. You do see the name of the store on some of the crates.
All right. Well, yeah, if we're reasonably sure this is the name of the place, we can probably look that up later. Otherwise,
And go back, and there's plenty of different ways to have gone.
yeah. I do have an idea on how we can. I mean, if we ask around, we probably find out where the place is. But if we hide the ring somewhere nearby, we could then have Devok find it that way, and then come back and retrieve the ring.
Why? We already know two secret entrances into this place. We can find this location again easy enough. Um,
I'm talking
we're still
about so
exploring.
just to make it easier to find this building up on the street.
Oh,
But anyway, but yeah, it's interesting though. If the bridge has been recently crossed, and yeah, we're not hearing any sort of real conversation.
No, and by recently, I should have been more clear, but like within the last couple of days, not necessarily within minutes or even hours.
All right, in that
and
case, we'll go ahead
not
and
only that,
retreat.
whoever crossed the bridge might have gone down the other direction that we did not want to continue, which I'm thinking might be the direction we need to continue.
Well, we can. Well, we might have to. We can try and sort of explore around the other areas. Although, yeah. Well, let's just start moving that way and kind of decide what.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely directions you haven't gone in other areas. So, what are you guys gonna do?
Do we want to risk venturing into a fight with the undead?
Um, we could always try. I'm not necessarily saying yeah we run in and smash everything, but let's approach and explore a little further. The Mind Dead might be gone at the moment. You said yourself they were opened. They might not be home.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess we can check it out. We're just gonna catch up here.
Huh? Catch up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right here.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll go south.
Yeah.
Um, I'm suspecting if we're gonna do anything, maybe we should try this top room first because we're probably in better shape to flee if things go wrong.
Before you
That
go
makes sense.
anywhere, Ragu, do you want me to move you? I'm just gonna move Ragu to where you guys are with the assumption that he would be following. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
Hold on a second. Oh, he's got an internet hiccup he's trying to fix.
Uh,
We'll wait before. Actually, hold on. While he's doing that, I have a. No, that's kind of far to be running. Okay, yeah, he's stuck on his phone only at the moment.
okay.
Actually, yeah, I guess while he's off doing that, I'm going to do something else here then real quick. I'm just going to check for another possible passage. So I'm going to run up to the north. I'm going to go ahead and take my running start, jump over the water,
Okay.
head over here to here. Ah, okay, that's basically what I suspected. Cautiously. Oh.
Okay, you go and you find another out of the way room. You can see this room is in pretty bad shape with debris everywhere. You do see a broken box, and of course cracks in the floor. What do you do?
I'll go ahead and check out the room real quick. I'll give myself some expert guidance as I search.
Okay,
Which
you
is
look around the room. There's something reflective inside the box, something silvery, but that's all you see.
all right. I'm going to go ahead and take a look.
Looking inside, you see that there are several coins at the bottom of the box, although silver coins. Although one of the coins has something green on it. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of basically covering part of the coin, and where that green is, you can see that the metal has been worn away.
I'm going to use the produce flame to get a better look at it. Does this look like that acidic stuff from?
Yeah. So it looks like some of the coins are covered with the acidic goop, but not all
Uh,
of them.
how many of them are there?
There's probably about 2 dozen silver coins.
I'm going to go ahead and pick them out with Mage Hand, separating the acid-covered ones from the clean ones.
Okay, so you get about 12 silver coins.
And then that leaves how many?
The other 12.
Okay. I'm going to try and scoop them up with 991. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and scoop them up with Mage Hand, and I am going to take them back around to the water, and I'm going to try and dunk them in to clean them off.
Okay, you dunk them in the water. It washes away the acid. The coins are still marred, but they are no longer covered with the acid. Um, you notice though that aren't um, these aren't modern coins. They have the stamp of the empire in there, but they date back to the year 700.
Wow. It's been a while before seeing money like that. All right, I guess I'll go ahead and with them cleaned off, I'll go ahead and store them away in my inventory as uh, ancient silver money pieces. Here 700 you said?
Yep.
Okay, and then that's going to be S38 again. Okay, and there are 12 of them you said?
And 12 that are unmarred and 12 that are marred because of the acid.
Okay. Okay, I'll better separate these 12 marred, 12 clean. Yep, quantity 24. And let me remove them from, let's see, 179. All right.
And weight-wise, they're the same as a regular silver coin.
Alrighty. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and move back.
So you notice that the passage continues, and over this direction you can see some sort of watery area, but you also see something in the middle, but it's hard to make out what it is from here.
All right, and I've got produce flame going, so everybody should be. Oh, there's Ragu.
All right, so Ragu, you enter the room and you see several large piles of bones. You see sarcophagi lining the room, and including one at the very end, just barely within sight. And as you enter,
Oh, wow.
your skin becomes colder. Actually, go ahead and put you back where you were. And I am going
I was
to.
trying to figure out where we were. Was I
Okay,
not
so did
supposed
you
to be
not
moving
mean to
around?
enter the room?
I was just looking around. I didn't know where we were. I just got back up and tried to catch
Okay,
up.
so all I'm going to do is I'm going to move you
You were
there,
talking to.
and then let you decide where to go from there.
Okay,
Although
so we're all
I'm
here. What all did I miss?
basically we were just getting the description of the room that Jeremy thought you were looking at, but because I
Okay.
looped around, I'm now at an adjacent entrance where I have a very clear look at the whole room.
Okay.
There are 4 big piles of bones. There look to be at least 6 sarcophagi that I can see. I see evidence that 2 of them are open, and this does not look like a good time. I did spot a big blue water thing kind of behind me. If you guys want to take the scenic route, which I can escort you on, we can go that way. But I think, given the size of this room, we really do not want to go in there.
I'll take your word for it. Let's go look at the big blue thingy.
All right, well, hold on while I go ahead and find you guys. So go ahead and move up there, back to here. Okay, back up 10, make my running leap, go south. All right, I'll not scare anybody. Okay, let's go. So, guide everybody back this way. If you guys are coming to Vakanair.
Yes. Sorry.
So to there, then we'll move north. And then take a back up, get the running jump. And then we'll head this way. And then we're going to go south where I'm at. And we're about to approach the room where we, well, you'll see how ugly it is. Just do not walk past me. You can go left, do not go south.
Oh my.
Yeah. There's like so much potential, so much train wreck right there. But look over here, we got some blue stuff to the west.
Okay, as you move to the west, to the north, you can see the passage goes around a bend, but you can see some debris. To the south, it goes around a bend, and you see more debris. And as you come around, you can see the tunnel ends, and there looks like there is some sort of collapse.
I'll go ahead and inspect that.
Okay.
All right, let's
I'll give
see.
you any assistance you need.
All right, rolling perception plus 2, 23.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking around, and yeah, it seems clear that this tunnel probably connected to something at one point, maybe, but whatever it was, it's thoroughly collapsed.
All right, well, let's go ahead and head back to the south. And, I'm going to take a quick peek around this corner. All right, looks like the same deal.
Yep.
I guess I'll do that search as well, if Ragu's helping me.
Go ahead.
Yes.
All right, and that's going to be a 26.
Okay, yeah, same thing. It's thoroughly collapsed.
All right, well, if we go to the left here then.
Okay,
Oh,
so go
crap.
ahead and stop. You see that there are several figures standing around. They are very clearly wearing the same garb of the assassins you've dealt with before. You see a large pool of liquid with rickety bridges leading up to it, and in the middle of that liquid, there is a platform, and on there you can see a large hole and a metal ladder that seems to head down into the hole. As far as whether the assassins have noticed you, all of you go ahead and make a stealth check to see if so.
Uh-oh.
It's a group stealth check. And let me see what the DC is. All right, so it looks like we have one success. Yaku, should you have advantage?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
So
no.
that's two successes and two failures, which is just barely is enough to pass. So they have not noticed you yet.
Wait, I succeeded?
No, you did succeed, just barely. It's
Huh.
basically your stealth check against their passive because they're not actually looking for you right now, and their
Yeah.
passives tend to be a lot lower than the actives.
Okay. Mentally, I'm pinging everybody back up, back up, back up. Let's actually let's back all the way up to here.
Quietly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
by the way, you did see a passage going to the west, past that room.
All right. Do we want to try? Well, looks like there's something in the center. We could try and loop around. If we get the drop on them, we could try a straight up fight. Do we want to go ahead and wreck their day, or do we want to like try to prevent them noticing that we've been here?
I kind of like wrecking the day of assassins, yes. Can we get a better look? I didn't quite see.
There were at least 3 of them.
Okay.
Well, I've got my idea as far as dealing with them.
Okay.
How about we go ahead and increase our numbers?
Excellent.
Let's just leave them for the wolves.
That sounds like you're got to summon a bunch of wolves. You can do that now or later.
I'm thinking right now, unless anybody's got an issue with that.
No, because you can have the wolves go running straight in, and I'll step in immediately after and throw a couple of grenades and.
Let me see something here real quick. Range is 60 feet. Okay, so
Basically, my idea
is going to be there we go. I'm going to go ahead and get a little further. Basically, I want to go ahead and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, perfect. From here, I have enough range. I can hit as far as here. So the idea being is I can summon half the wolves here and half the wolves here, so that they can just charge right at the guys.
It's 8 of them, right?
Yeah.
Don't know why they're all saying Wolf 1, but whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, so in that case, I'm gonna guess I'll have everybody roll initiative, including the wolves. Oh wait, I had the wolves go on your turn. Never mind. I'll keep doing that.
Do we get to roll with advantage because we're getting ready to surprise them, or no?
No, what they you didn't. Yeah, they didn't make their stealth check, so Yeah, I guess this would be a surprise round then.
Okay.
Oh
Let's
wait, no, sorry. They get. I think they get a. Let me double check something. Surprise. Make sure I got that right. Do do do. Oh right, because you're gonna run in. If you attack from hiding, that would be a surprise. If you can sneak up on them, that would be a surprise. But you would have to run directly in their line of sight, which means that's not a surprise.
Although for what it's worth, the idea is I mean, the wolves will have to move, but the wolves are going to materialize in front of them and then attack them. They're not going to be charging in from that side room.
Oh, okay. In that case, um,
Yeah.
they are surprised from the wolves, but they aren't surprised from you, which basically means that they still get turns and whatnot. But let's see how would that work. They're surprised from the wolves. And never mind. I'll just give you a surprise round. I'm just going to keep it simple. Otherwise, it gets too complicated. All right. In that case, has everybody rolled initiative?
Yes.
Okay. So descending. And where did my round thing go? Hold on. Let me fix something real quick. Descending. There we go. All right. And so we're starting with round one. So Pico, fortunately, you are actually first. So go ahead. And so the wolves are going to run in and attack, right? Do they have a specific target, or is it just so many wolves against one, and then against the other, and the other?
Basically, I'll just have them attack. Each group attack the closest assassins. Drew two yellow circly things. My idea is half the wolves will be at one, half at the other.
Okay. Fair enough. So you'll run in, and they got a surprise, so they can run it back off. So we'll just do 4 against this guy here. So let's just do that. And they get pack tactics, so that, what does that do?
Gives them advantage if another wolf is within 5 feet of
Okay,
the
yeah, so they
creature.
definitely have advantage. All right, here we go.
They're not
1,
just a
2,
wolf, any
3,
allied
4. So that would mean that 3 of them hit. So let's do those. So that is 18, 25 damage. Plus he has to make his saving throws, or not be knocked prone, I believe. DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone, yeah. Okay, so he fails, so he is knocked prone. Okay, fantastic. So let's do the other half. So that would be this guy here, since that's the closest. Well, he can back off, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and he's 15, so 2 of those hit. So that's going to be 14 damage. Plus, he has to make 2 strength saves. So he made the first one. He did not make the second one, so he is prone. Okay, so that's all the wolves. So the wolves rushed in and, or appeared and rushed, and they attacked 2 of them. And the 2 that they attacked, they're still fairly healthy, but they're both prone. And Pico, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shoot, what shape do the assassins look like they're in?
This one here is about half health. This one here is about 2/3. Let me go ahead and get their health going, so you can see.
Well, I guess Assassin 3 hasn't been touched yet.
That's correct.
All right. And yeah, the other two are prone, right?
Yeah, you should see an icon next to them. I'm using that icon to indicate they're prone.
Okay. Well, that'd give me disadvantage because I'm at range.
It does,
So,
yes.
so I'm going to go ahead and cast Hex on Assassin 3, and I'm going to go ahead and light him up with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Let's
Can you
see.
cast Hex and Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, Hex is a
action.
bonus action.
Okay, go for it. And you hit with the first one.
All right. So that's going to do 10 plus the d6, so 15 points.
All right, so yeah, definitely hit him, and it hurt him, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the end of your turn?
Nope, I do not think it's a good idea to be the only humanoidy thing in here. So 7, 8. Yeah, I'm just gonna use feline agility to basically get to here to allow everybody room to get past me.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu, you heard all the wolves biting and snarling, and you heard two people, two thuds as two of them hit the ground. What are you going to do?
And I call out
Well,
3 assassins. The middle one hasn't been attacked by wolves.
crap.
You can dash if you're out of movement.
Yeah, but if I dash, I won't have an attack of any sort.
True, but you could at least get in the room.
Yeah, I will dash. 1, 2. Okay, hold on a second. All right, I'm not seeing much of a difference here. Why is it?
So you're not seeing what?
Yeah, I'm not really seeing a difference with my dark vision on or off. I just can't see.
Did you mess around with a torch at all?
I don't think I did. If I did, here I'll just hit all lights off and then reset that, and then dark vision. Okay, now I can see with dark vision. Yeah, something weird. It just wasn't reset.
I might have just got
Okay.
confused.
All right.
Is that the end of your turn? Sorry.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be. I can't get anywhere any closer. Char's gonna fly into and
Okay. All right. Assassin 2 is going to spend half his movement getting up. So let me go ahead and get rid of his little icon there. And then he is going to lay into the wolves because that's... So 2 sword attacks. So against the first wolf, with a... oh, he should not have advantage, so that's just a regular attack. Let me go ahead and do that again, just to be sure. Okay. So 7 against the first wolf. And then he will do his second attack against that same wolf. With a 13, that still hits. And so one of the wolves has just died. You hear the yelp of the wolf and thud as it hits the ground. Assassin 1 then spends half his movement to get up. And then is going to attack Wolf 1. He's first going to start with one of his attacks against Wolf 1. Which hits. So 4, so he'll spend his second attack. Wolves have a AC of 13. Okay, so it's better than I thought. So the second one misses. So Wolf 1 only takes 4 points of damage. And Assassin 1 feels deep shame. Alright, Doak, you can hear the sounds of combat at the end of this tunnel, although I don't think you can see any of it from where you are.
No. Well, what's my movement? Okay. Can I see? I can't see anyone from here, so I just have to spend my entire turn moving then.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay.
that's what I had to do, so it's okay.
Alright, Assassin 3 is going to attack wolves as well. But let's see. Since he's got an ally within 5 feet, and he wasn't knocked down or anything, so he gets a sneak attack. So,
Where does he have an ally?
oh, sorry. I'm thinking of 5 feet within an enemy, but I guess that's not true. Okay, never mind. So he doesn't get a sneak attack. And misses and misses. Wow, these guys are sucking today. All right, Ire, you can hear the sounds of combat at the end of the tunnel, but you can't see any of it.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I'll
You can
sprint.
dash if you want
Yeah,
to get
I'll
in.
do a dash. And I'll run in. Can I share a hex with the wolf?
You have to end the turn in your own hex.
I'll go over here then.
Fair enough. All right, so that is round 2. Everybody is back to normal, except for the guy who has hex on him. He's not normal. So Pico, what are you going to do?
Okay. So I'll go ahead and step here. Let's see, let's move 5 so far. Actually, I'll go here. I'm going to go ahead and light that guy up with Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
Let's see. Got to move it higher up on the list. I keep having trouble finding it.
Okay, the first one hit.
Or 9 points.
Is the extra d6 coming from the hex?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Is that the end of your
turn? No, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to get my back into a corner here.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu, you can see the assassins are all up and about, but they're still being beset by wolves. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and join in. I will take notes from Pico's particular strategy. And
all right, so what are you doing? Okay.
Assassin
Which against which one?
1.
1? Okay.
1.
So 16 does hit.
All right.
Okay.
9 damage.
9 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
It is.
All right. Assassin 2. He is going to attack the wolves. He feels like he doesn't have much choice. You guys are there, but these wolves are even closer. Come on. Okay, so that is a 12 and a 7, which does not hit the wolf. Wow. All right, Assassin 1 is going to attack the wolves. Can he do any better? There we go. A 7 and an 8. He cannot do any better. Devok, you notice that these guys are supposed to be assassins, but they can't seem to hit anything. What are you going to do?
I'll shoot Assassin 1.
All right. You hit. And you hit again. Their AC is 15. Okay, so 16 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Assassin 3. He is not happy, so he's actually going to move close to his friend and attack the wolf with sneak attack. So, short sword, it hits. So we'll add 9 damage, plus we'll add sneak attack damage. That shouldn't have been a separate roll, but anyway, the damage is separate. So that's 21 points of damage against the poor wolf, who goes splat. He then steps again and attacks the next wolf with his second attack, without sneak attack. And he hits. And he hits for 6 points of damage. All right, Ire, One side of the room is filling us is slowly making their way through the wolves. The other side of the room, the poor guy is by himself, beset by wolves. What are you gonna do?
One, two, two. Yeah, I'll run around behind Assassin 1. And give me all 1, 2. The iridescent axe. I get advantage, right? This is sneak attack. Or, sorry, flanking.
Yeah. Okay, you hit both times for 20 points of damage, which is so close but not enough to bring him down. You can see that he's bleeding badly and does not have long for this world, but he's
Well,
gonna.
as I see this, I call upon the power of the gods to smite him down, put him out of his misery.
Nice.
Okay.
And that should do it. Jeez, why do I always roll the highest rolls when they have like 2 hit points left?
And he basically explodes into a pile of giblets. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
The gods have gibletized him. Beginning of round 3. You can see that one of the assassins has been eradicated. The other two are at about half health, actually a little bit more. But what are you going to do?
Well, I am going to go ahead and fire again at Assassin 3 with Eldritch Blast.
Okay,
Um,
that the first one misses, the second one hits. Okay,
15.
so good hit, but he's still fairly robust. Is that the end of your turn?
I think so. Although looking at the assassins, do I see any? Yeah, these guys basically are just instantly poofing when they die. Do they have a any sort of
Body or
special ring or
anything that
something
looks
for
like
that?
Nothing that is obvious. Is that
like
the end of your turn?
there is no body. They're just literally poofing away when they die.
Yeah, basically they basically hit the ground, catch on fire, and then you got dust left. It's just like the other assassins you fought.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm done with my turn. So other than that, just having the wolves continue to
Oh
lay into
yeah,
the
that's
guy.
true. Let me do your wolves. Sorry about that. Okay, first wolf will attack here. Actually, I'll just do both the wolves there against that first guy. So it looks like they both get hit. So that is 16 damage. And then he has to make 2 strength saving throws. He makes the first one, or does he? I forget the DC. It's DC 11, yeah. So he makes the first one. Let's see if he makes the second one. He does not make the second one, so he is prone once again. All right, and then the other 4 wolves are just going to run past Ire and attack the closest one, which is going to be Mr. Hexed. Sorry, my roll 20 is being a little slow right now. All right, so that's 3 hits out of 4. For a total of 20 points of damage. And it's not quite enough to take out Assassin 3. But he has to actually make 3 saving throws against being prone. Let's see if he can make all 3. He does not. So he is hexed and he is prone. Okay, that's all the wolves. So Ragu, you can see that there are the 2 assassins are once again prone. What are you gonna do?
Um, Char is going to fly over here in front of Assassin 3 and then fly back over this way. And I am going to again try to be blasting.
Okay, since he's prone and you're using a range spell, you get disadvantage. But because Char gave you advantage, that cancels out. So this is a regular roll.
Yeah, that's why I was doing that.
And you hit. Can you do at least 3 points of damage? You can. So another assassin burns to a crisp. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't feel a need to move.
Fair enough. So Assassin 2 spends half his movement to stand up. And then he is going to attack the wolf to the south first, hoping to take out 2 wolves. And so he does 10 points to the attack to the wolf to the south, then uses second attack on wolf 1, which with a 13 does hit. So he does 6 points, but unfortunately for him, he is 1 point shy away from killing that wolf. So he did not succeed. All right, Devok, you can see that the assassin is at 1/3 health. What are you going to do?
I will shoot it
Go for
once
it.
more.
Okay, both attacks hit for 13.
Yes.
So he is slightly more than 1/10 of his health. Is that the end of your turn, Devok?
Yes.
All right, Ire. So the last assassin is about 1/10 of his health. What are you going to do?
He'll finish him off, hopefully.
All right, go for it.
His life for ire.
All right, and you finish him off. He is now dead, so I'm going to go ahead and take you out of combat. And as we end the session, you can see that there is a large there's a large hole on the center with a metal ladder that that heads downward, and then that's where we're going to end it.
Alrighty.
So let me go ahead and set up your experience points. Eventually, if I could find it. Here we go. Session 38. And so we have 2, 4, 6, 7,900. And then that would be, oh no, sorry, 1,000. And that would be 350. And exploration, I definitely get some there, so we'll do 350.
Does anybody have the XP from previous sessions that I wasn't here for, so I can total that up?
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. You missed what, session 30 or the last session?
Well, Dave, you have
I
it tracked. You should
think
be able
it
to
was
just tell us what his
1.
current total should be.
Yeah, I guess that's the point. I'll tell you what your total is as of last session. I've got 34,983 for you.
Ire, did you fail any rolls?
Yeah, I definitely failed 2 rolls.
Okay.
I know he failed a con save to avoid the life drain. I don't remember if he hit
Yeah,
2
and
of those.
I also failed an attack. Certain of that. Or
Okay,
missed
so
an
that
attack.
would be 1,700. Okay, there we go.
Oh, you did blow a stealth check, so.
Yeah, that too.
All right. You should now see your experience points. So you get 1,700 experience points, 1,000 from encounters, 350 from treasure, 350 from exploration, and everybody who's here at this session failed twice, so everybody gets an extra 350 for learning by failure, except for Oreo and Galen.
So what was that total from last session, Dave?
Hold on. I'll basically give you the whole total.